episode.
Oh,
Critique. We are back again.
yeah.
We are back again.
Yeah.
Been a bit of time. We took a bit of time off. You know,
I went to the
Ellie went to his
island.
island. Yeah, Ellie went to the island. I kind of chilled out. You know, I did the usual.
You had all the time to catch up on all the anime because
Yeah, I did. I did.
it's a lot.
Yeah, we had a fun time catching up on the anime. We'll probably try and not like spend 2 hours just talking about the fucking anime.
Well, with future events foreshadowing, it might not take so as long in the future.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, I mean, of course, because we're gonna have to stop watching anime because Japan's bad, right?
It's just kind of
Japan
bad because I just got permission to take like a month vacation to go to Japan.
Again,
boss said, again. Sure, go ahead. And
boss is like, yeah, all right, fine. Go do your weeaboo business.
And now I hear that Japan is bad.
Yeah, now other than that, it's bad. Yeah.
Other than Retsu, just some gaming things. I bought some games. Some games are fun. Terra Invicta got an update. I haven't played it yet. Helldivers is still helldiving along. Having fun there every now and again.
Yeah, the divers do be diving.
Also, Xenoblade got an update. Xenoblade 2. Looks very good. I bought it. I haven't got a chance to play it. So busy there at 2. Today also like 5 hours of not being doing stuff. Not having time to do things at home. Also, 3D printing. Colleague said, hey, you can 3D print. I can 3D print.
Yeah.
Here,
and now you're a 3D print slave.
For money.
Yeah, for money. Yeah.
Terrible.
3D print whore. There you go.
Yeah. And it's horrible, Naretsu. This colleague wanted to make the most ugly thing I've ever seen. And is so excited for it.
Is this the case? This is like normie type shit where I remember talking to Mandark about this, where it's like the kind of shit that normies are making with AI and whatnot, right? Their porn, right? Because you sometimes see it on 4chan. They leak into 4chan sometimes, and it's like the most horrifically ugly shit you've ever seen in your life. But the normies, they just love it. They just love the fucking weird ass.
Let me start up the bot. This will dox me.
Yeah. The giant booba fucking like huge bimbo lips type shit, right?
Fortunately, it's not that, but it's
fortunately, it's
It's not that, but it's still very ugly. Let me bots up. Let me go to the channel. Let's go to the server, to the channel.
Post an image.
Refresh the image. Go over here. Turn on Discord import thing. Oh, it's on the wrong. I'm on the wrong scene. Here, so here it is.
Oh yeah, there we go. I'll wait for it to... Yep, there it is. Yeah, so, I recognize this. This is there's some artist or whatever who makes these, like, figures or something.
Yeah.
And they're, like, collector. It's like some rich person shit. I know PewDiePie, I think's got one or whatever. Like, it's some rich people shit, right? Where they're like these collectible fucking weird ass sculptures from this artist or whatever.
Oh lord, I see prices on here on the project page, like 2,000.
Yeah, it's like a rich people thing, and it's like a collectible fucking thing. Like, yeah, capitalism ho, right?
Anyway, I 3D printed it, and I got paid 15 euros for it.
You should have made him pay 2,000 for it.
Maybe, yeah.
You're pirating this poor artist, the poor artist's work, Ellie. You're pirating it for your friend. How dare you?
No, it's not. Retsu, in my heart of hearts, this is not worth 2000s. It's so ugly.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Look at him. He's got he's like you can see his brain and his guts and his arm. Like, look, what are you talking about? This is beautiful. It's art. This is true art. Fuck that anime shit. Right? This is what the normies think art is, Ellie. This is true art.
It's also AI 3D imposed on a different image.
True art. It's made by AI, so you know it's true. Oh,
anyway, I 3D printed it. Luckily, I only needed to print it. I didn't even need to paint it. They wanted to paint it themselves. So more money for me, less time.
Yeah, Gouda's talking about it. This is more akin to making the prototype version. Yeah, I don't know anything about I just know that like I've seen them before, and like I know it's like a rich kid thing that people collect these like figurines and whatnot.
I'd rather print out naked anime girls than that thing.
Oh man, I was actually looking at some 3D printers the other day. I was out and about. Was that like it's called it's a JCar or whatever. It's like a tech place that sells, more hobbyist related stuff than like your generic normie like tech store, right? They had a whole bunch of 3D printers on sale there. They're not actually the price of getting a 3D printer has gone down quite a bit actually. Like they had quite a few for like around 600 New Zealand. Not that bad, like resin ones. Quite a few. It was quite nice. So I think I have one news story that I'll share before we move on to the video, and that is that I had an interesting experience involving a manga artist that I like, literally making a fucking thing that I was thinking about. So I've been reading what's the name in English? I'll have to go grab it. It's like, so his name's like Chada Daisuke or whatever. And he made what's it called? In English it's I Will Rule You All, but it's like Boku wa Kimichi wa fucking something or another. Really good manga. It's been slowly getting translated. It's completed, and someone's been slowly working on getting it translated. It's fucking Kino. Go read it. It's really good. It's basically about a guy who gaslights and mind breaks a bunch of women into being his slave. It's great. It's very good. But he's got a new manga coming out, right? It's called IG or something, which is like bullies or whatever. And it's essentially about you have this like popular delinquent girl, high confidence in her strength, right? And she's bullying this otaku girl in her class, right? But then it turns out, Ellie, the otaku girl is fucking stonk. She's fucking strong. She is strong as fuck and beats the shit out of the delinquent girl. And this is progressing into like a BDSM thing, because what's happening is the delinquent girl keeps challenging the otaku girl. The otaku girl keeps beating the shit out of the delinquent girl, and then the otaku girl's like, "You're now going to fucking pose for my doujinshi work. To get naked, bitch." I got a manga panel from one of the tweets. I'll put it in the thing, because the guy's art's really good. The dude does really good art, and I'll tweet I'll put the tweet in the chat so people go have a look. Go grab it. But yeah, it's good. It's only got 2 chapters. I think it's got 3 chapters coming soon. It's very like just hot off the press, right?
Low res again, but yeah.
Yeah, low res, whatever. There you go. Look, she gets that fucking side slap
right in the liver.
Boom.
It's not, but anyway, in the kidney.
Boom. Right in the side. So yeah, very fun. just came out hot off the press. It's an idea I had. I had an idea for doing like something that was like, oh yeah, you have like a bully getting like the role reversal, right? The otaku's actually the strong one. The Gat Moe. So I was like, damn, he's because I saw like the tweet about it, and I'm like, hey, I recognize that art. Oh, it's that guy. Oh, what's this about? Oh shit, this is
Bam!
right up my alley.
Right
Hell
in
yeah.
your kidneys.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, it's it's good. Go read it. It's someone's putting it on Dex. There's one person translating it, so go give it a read. Go give it a
Yeah.
read. It's very fun. But of course, don't maybe not because it's Japanese and Japanese is bad, right? So we can't be doing that.
So,
We can't be doing
maybe I
that.
should go to Japan anyway, so we can be sure, right?
Yeah, we need to make sure. We need to make sure. So we haven't covered this guy in a while. We've done like a few of his videos in the past, and all of them have been quite fun. I think we did. What was the one that we did? We did one that was like
Japan hates God. Japan
hates God, and we did like the high school one where I believe this was the guy who did the whole like, you can never go back, nostalgia bad thing at the end of his video, right? But this guy's whole fucking channel is like just Japan bad, Japan bad, Japan bad. Like every fucking video for the last like while. I can even like, I'll bring it up and I'll just like, so his last video from last month was all about lollies, right? So that gives you a good. I was thinking about doing the lolly one, but I'm like, do I really want to fucking open that can of worms? Not really. So how Japan made trauma fashionable, a painful aesthetic. Why Japan exploits these girls, a dangerous industry.
I mean,
the one we're covering today.
The figurine that I have is also that Guro kawaii aesthetic of cute bloodshed, cute torture.
Yeah.
It also kind of
when
fits
Japan was terrified of schoolgirls, a gendered panic. Why Japan let city pop die, a lost generation.
City pop?
Why Japan? Yeah.
What city
Apparently
pop? Is it a music thing or?
I guess, yeah. Apparently, why Japan hated these kids, a rebellious generation.
Oh, it was like the Sakubans, right?
Yeah, and it's like every fucking video for the last year has just been this, right?
You know,
it's just thing Japan bad, right? Or like Japan thing bad thing Japan. That's all it is. It's literally his whole thing is to just be weird about Japan.
Also, right now we can kind of be weirdly nostalgic about the Sakubans and the Banchos, with the motorists and their cool pompadours and all that stuff, right? But if you were living in the time, you had just gangs of children with knives stabbing each other. That's not as fun as it used to be.
It's not great, yeah. It's not, yeah.
And also, this is exactly the same as it was elsewhere. Our fun punks in America with their cars or whatnot, also on the bikes, we're also stabbing each other.
Yeah, so the one we chose for this week is exploring Japan's darkest subculture, a digital nightmare. And I'm placing bets that this is going to be like internet bad, but worse in Japan.
Internet social isolation.
Because his thumbnail is like fucking needy streamer overdose and Lane and shit, right? And like, God. And also another thing I noticed, I don't think you have it because I don't know if you've got sponsor block installed, but holy shit, he's got like a fucking giant green bar in this.
I mean, no, not in this the video. Maybe we'll see.
I can show it. I'll low res.
No, we'll see, and we'll see what happens when your thing triggers
because it's
the
like
skip and mine
from
doesn't.
from like 2 minutes in all the way to 4. It's got like a 2-minute
Oh, I
ad
see,
read
like hello, whatever here. Oh,
yeah, he's got like a
Tokyo
2-minute
treats.
ad read in here, and I think my ad skip thing will might skip it for us, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I guess I'll grab the old Drinkerino. So on it. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good crack right there.
Got a rare doodah right there.
Right. Let's get into it.
During a sleepy morning in 1981 in Fukugawa, Tokyo, tragedy would strike. A man named Kawamata Genji would go on a sudden, violent rampage, 4 people and injuring 2 more, before finally
fucking censoring the word kill. What a fucking pussy. I'm sorry. It's just like, okay, look. You care about your ad revenue, I guess, right? You don't want to do that, but it's still really lame to be like, I'm gonna censor the word fucking kill, right? God.
Being subdued and arrested. This event would be known in Japan as the Fukugawa street killings. During his subsequent trial, he would assert that he didn't intentionally kill the victims or had any prior organized plans to do so, but instead his defense asserted that he was under the influence of, quote, poisonous radio waves, or dokudenpa.
Denpa. Denpa is the waves.
Look. Murderous rampage man, crazy murderous stabby stab rampage man. Oh, why did you do it? Oh, it's the radio waves made me do it, Ellie.
Also,
the radio waves.
No, that's a different
the radio
point.
Waves made me do it.
This is actual translator knows keikaku means plan, because doku is poison and denpa are radio waves.
Oh my god, we're in for a treat. He called it. He maintained that it was these electromagnetic waves, or denpa, that influenced him to commit his latest murders. Which, morbidly enough, is rooted in a real-life modern conspiracy about how our brains are being beamed by invisible rays to mind control us.
No,
I did not expect this video to go this direction.
It's not really like a conspiracy. It's more of a convincing yourself you hear and feel something and getting sick of the idea that it happens.
It's like weird mental related.
Yeah, you have people that say that they can, the buzzing of a windmill will keep them awake at night, and not the anxiety of the buzzing of a windmill that keeps them awake at night. Same, as for radio waves. That I feel so unrestless when there's a radio wave near me. And there have been these tests that just have like a router, a modem in the room, and it has lights, no lights, waves, no waves. And guess what, Naretsu? If the thing blinks, people get nervous. If it doesn't blink, they don't get nervous, no matter if there are radio waves or not. Or I say nervous. They report.
It's not the waves. It's not the waves itself. It's a
mental,
it's
the
reaction.
idea of it. So, to call it the conspiracy I think the conspiracy, right? Because I don't know the case, is that he felt he was targeted by poisonous waves. Rather than
I think the conspiracy is basically the CIA or whatever, right? Is using the radio waves, right, to control the populace, right? And some people have some kind of like sensitivity to that, and then it makes them go cray cray in the Maybray, right? They go a little bit cray cray.
I'm just having some gripes around calling it a whole conspiracy when it's more of an anxiety, not necessarily self-inflicted, because you can be convinced of
Well,
it.
what's happening here is like, okay, so you have this case of this guy, stabby man,
Yeah,
rat
for
in the
either
trains, right?
because he actually believed he
And
was targeted,
he's
or he was just having the
well, yeah, and
anxiety.
he's obviously just fucking crazy, right?
Hmm.
And he's cray cray in the Mayberry. And he's saying, "Oh, it's the radio waves making me the radio waves made me do it."
Yeah.
And then that ties into this conspiracy that our video man is bringing up about, oh, well, the CIA is fucking
Mind
using
controlling,
radio
mind
waves to
dampening,
they're spraying the sissy hypno waves into you to turn you into a femboy or whatever. Some
whatever.
gay shit. Some gay
Pride
shit.
was today in Amsterdam. There were like
Yeah,
100
yes.
flags. It was kind of neat to see so many flags on basically every apartment complex and flat and all that stuff.
Well, the reason this falls apart is because, like, do you have any fucking idea how many radio waves are just like natively in the air at any? Like, your microwave gives off fucking radio waves,
The
right?
sun gives off radio waves and all
Yeah,
that
there's
stuff.
radio waves just like that's what like TV static is back in the day. Look, the kids aren't gonna know what TV static is, Ali. I watched a video about that,
That's
funnily
true.
enough. There's a guy that he made his own like TV channel, like locally in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Sure, why
kind of
not?
almost breaking FTC regulations because you're not actually meant to be allowed to do that, but he did it anyway.
It's not
If you
like
make
that
it too strong,
anybody. Well, some people still use it,
well,
but
it's to do with like you don't want to like interfere with like important radio waves and stuff, right? Like
yeah.
if you overpower, because the airwaves is like all kinds of shit, right? And if you make your thing too powerful, it blocks out other things, right? And it's bad.
Yeah.
So, but he was talking about this because, yeah, like everything's digital now, right? It's all
Mm-hmm.
digital TV, it's all digital, computers, internet, and all that kind of stuff. Static isn't really a thing anymore, right? You don't go to a channel on the TV with your like bunny ears antenna, right? Your your AVC or whatever the fuck it was called, right, back in the day, and you get like just and you
White
see all
and
the
black
little
dots
you see all
flying
the little
around.
dots, All what that is, right, is all of the radio wave. Because back then, right, the way that a CRT worked, right, is that it would pick up the radio waves and then shoot the neurons, right, in the scan line, right, and it would use the magnet to interpret it. When you don't have any signal going to the thing, it's just picking up all of the interference from the environment and projecting that because it has to project something, right? So it's just projecting all the interference. And so imagine like that static is just all around you, right? All the time, right? And it's not even all man-made. Like a lot of it is actually from the Big Bang. Like it's remnants from it's like residual radiation from the Big Bang, right? And that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
the idea that the government or like whatever is like directing fucking radio waves or whatever at you to turn you into a fucking murderous psychopath or something,
But
right?
also,
Is
sorry
very
to,
unlikely.
I'm
Very
calling you out.
unlikely.
I'm
Right?
calling you out, Gouda. The sun is just so much more powerful than any directional wave we can add. Aim at the weather. Oh, let's put
My
our
point is
radar
that
to
if
the.
you're not getting affected by like the fucking like all of the shit that's going on, like it's like the 4G 5G shit, right? Like if you're not getting affected by like all of the fucking radio waves and microwaves and all the shit that's happening 24/7 all day every day around you, how the fuck is like a directed like sissy hypno beam gonna do anything to you? Right? Like how's that even gonna work, right? I'm sure there'll be like some conspiracy theorist guy that might, you never know, they might show up and be like, "No, Naretsu, you don't understand. They're using 5G
Oh,
supercomputer.
Naretsu, I do have to say,
fucking
the images
to
are
direct it."
hilarious, though. They're so funny.
Oh yeah, have you seen the one with the baby?
Yeah, or Biden or whatever.
Yeah,
They're very funny.
Oh man, hang on. Let me go see, and we'll replace the manga panel. Let's type like 5G baby into fucking. Oh no, that's not coming up with. What the fuck? Oh no, that's a. No, I didn't find the one I was after, but I found a better one.
Ooh.
I found a better one.
Post and let's post a review if you found.
Yeah, let me get this in the chat. It's low res as shit too. That makes it even better. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be. Look at this. Look at this fucking image. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Oh man, that's so good.
Refresh.
Look
there
at this.
There you go. Oh yeah, the classic.
I also did find the baby one just now, but I'm not
let's keep this one up.
That's better. Yeah, that one's better. I like that. The dog. Fucking. Get your tinfoil hats out, boys.
Get your fluorine, get your Wi-Fi.
Take your fluoride and your Wi-Fi and your pills.
Vaccines to the brain.
Yeah, the Weaver control conspiracy. Yeah, the mind control stuff is the mind control stuff is a bit like you can do okay, so not to lead credence to it, right? Because obviously the radio wave shit's bullshit, but conditioning is right.
You can do conditioning.
If you lock someone in a room and you have the whole what is it, the thing where you hit the button and it gives you food or whatever, and you train a dog or whatever to hit the button, right? Humans can have that done to them too, right? Conditioning is a real thing. That
you can and the classic Naretsu, you are itchy.
Yeah. There's stuff that can be done.
Yeah,
right?
But for the weather in particular, no radio waves will do thing with the weather. You can spray dust in the air so that moisture will attach to the dust and therefore make clouds, and you can also put stuff in the air that will make it drop the loosen up and evaporate, or just make it rain at that spot, etc. That kind of weather manipulation you can kind of do, but it's kind of expensive and not guaranteed. So
would it even be worth it?
Yeah, would it be worth it? And also power enough, and then then the wind blows very hard, and then it doesn't even matter what you put in the air anymore.
I thought this video was going to be about how the internet is bad, Ali.
We're having fun. Not even a minute in.
All right, well let's get back to it.
What I'm trying to say, handed the whole 5G thing decades before Alex Jones thought it was cool. And while Kawamata Genshi would be sentenced to life in prison, his usage of the term denpa in his defense would inadvertently get the ball rolling in creating one of the most popular subgenres of Japanese media, the genre of denpa, or denpa-kei, a genre of storytelling that's all about the isolation and vulnerability of the human mind. Denpa as a word is a metaphor for disconnection, for being mentally out of sync. And a lot of denpa stories are all about the damages that come with being out of sync with the rest of society, isolated into your own world with no help. And if you think it sounds like a genre that's all about the coming of age of its characters and how they just need to get out of their shell and see the world, most denpa narratives are about the pure misery of what societal and personal isolation brings.
Do you know,
it's a genre.
The one show where I don't know the English title, but it also has denpa in the name, where girl thinks she's an alien and is wrapped up in bed sheets and shuts herself out.
I don't know.
Has a cute.
If I saw it, I'd probably.
Has a fun,
it, but like...
not ED, but a song where it's Itako, Doko no Itako, and then it's in the beginning it's like amateur piano that plays, and then it hits the half mark, and then becomes like a funny comedy song. It's a funny song. I kind of like it, but it also has like Dempa something in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Dempa.
You have a hunt. Well, I mean, yeah, like okay, so you have this genre, right?
To seishun otoko.
Oh yeah, okay. But you got this genre, right? It's a fun genre. It's all about the
social isolation.
Kind of stuff, We're showing our Perfect Blues here, right? We all know about our Perfect Blue, right? We know about that, right?
Yeah, classic, of course.
But like, I'm kind of like, okay, where are we going here, right? What's our through line here? Where are we heading for our video? So we're getting close to the ad read, so we'll see if it skips automatically.
That's meant to be oppressively dark, isolatingly lonely, and surreal in its visuals. And I know what you might be asking. Broski, I've been watching Japanese media for a while now, never heard of this genre. But what if I told
you... What? What? I've been watching... Okay, I can imagine, maybe you have like a COVID anime fan or whatever who doesn't know what the fuck, Lane or Perfect Blue or
those are pretty old by now, but
they're pretty old. Like I kind of understand, but like I feel like I just aged like another 30 years, right? You know what I mean? Like, because I know what all of those are, right?
I kind of feel that Dempa is perhaps not as popular as a genre, because if I'm thinking about Dempa, I'm kind of thinking, of course. I'm also thinking.
I feel like you could, yeah. Chobits brings up Chobits in the chat. Like, I kind of feel
more like Chaos Head, right?
Maybe.
But that's kind of like, old.
But like, well, here's my thing, right? Like, I feel like, okay, think about this from like the perspective of the societal, cultural change angle, right? When were these were all coming out? What? 2000s, right? Early 2000s, 90s, right? Moving into like the 2004s, right? All of these kind of shows were coming out around then. What was like the economic sort of like status of Japan at the time compared to now, right? We've seen the rise. We've talked a lot about the rise of isekai and how that could be related to, the current wanting to escape.
Thinking of that,
right?
That this is
because Dempa is more like we're going to like just show the suffering head on, right? In a sense, right? In a general sense. Obviously, not all of these stories are about that, but I'm thinking because I've watched Lane recently, right? So like. You watch something like Lane, which is very experimental and very esoteric, right, in its storytelling and how it presents itself, and how you're watching like a progressive downward spiral in a sense of like how the internet is affecting the world in Lane, right, and how
I kind
of does stuff.
The thing is, I think.
Well, let me finish. Yeah. Well, let me finish, right? Because I'm trying to like relate this to isekai in the sense that the difference is something like Lane is directly confronting it's directly confronting the problem, whereas isekai is more of a we have lost the war, we need to escape and retreat from the problem. If that makes sense, right? Instead of having a show where you're like Perfect Blue, right, which is directly about the whole idealization and parasocial relationship stuff being bad, right? Now you're getting these isekai, right, in a general sense, right, that are being written by authors that are stuck in a system that they feel like they can't escape, right? And so they are rebelling against that system in a sense by creating this escapist media to get out of that system in some way, right? If I'm making any
So
sense in what I'm
the
saying.
thing I kind of
right?
want to add to that, different elements,
Hmm.
is that the internet is no longer a separate place you escape to.
That true, yeah.
So
That's a good point.
there
Yeah.
is no. Of course, you can still be brain rotted, internet pilled, not touching grass. Of course, TikTok brain.
Obviously.
But
Obviously. Yeah.
but other than that, you can. Internet is no longer a separate space away from society you escape to fall into.
It's been integrated into that same oppressive system.
Yeah.
Right? And Gouda makes a good, like, I think Gouda's kind of got a good point here. Like, Isekai is abandoning the world, Denpa is, showing it raw, right? And I feel like both kind of had, like, the time and place where it was applicable, right? Because when you think about the early 2000s, right, and the 90s, you're right that, like, the internet was almost like a third space, right? And if you understand the concept of the third space, or if you've watched a video on that, which is how do I explain this, right? So, like, you have, like, your home, which is like the first space. You have your work, which is the second space, and then you have a third space. And traditionally, the third space would be like, okay, you and
The
your friends
bar.
go and hang out, the bar or the mall, or like, like if we conceptualize this from the perspective of like a high school student, the second place is school, and then you have your third space, right? For a long time, the internet in the 90s and the 2000s was a third space for a lot of people, right? And the Damper works are kind of talking about how that was like dangerous, right? To have this virtual, not real third space, right? That could cause, mental issues and stuff. But now, because the internet has been so integrated into just like modern life, it is so integral to socialization in general. People are, dating online, right? People are going and they are working online. They are doing, a lot of jobs require you to have internet access and online, right? And so that kind of third space is starting. The LG for Discord, that's a good example, right? Is a third space, right? Yeah. So you kind of, so you I think that you could argue the transition from like Damper style stories into more kind of escapist stories probably has something to do with the cultural and technological shift of, modernity or whatever. I'm trying to find like the right word, because again, I'm coming up with this shit on the fly.
Yeah,
right?
no,
I might not have the
I
might not have the right words to describe what I'm like conceptualizing right now, but
no,
like
I think we kind of
the vibe I'm getting.
covered it already. That in one sense we moved on from. Well, the timeline doesn't necessarily fit that exactly, but Dempa was a thing. As an early internet, you could, people didn't know what you were doing, and therefore you could escape, and people were worried about you with you alone with the weird machines and the many wires.
How dare you detach yourself from society, right?
Yeah,
that's spooky.
Afterwards, internet became less scary. Tempa became less of a thing that you can base your whole story around. Because I suppose the problem of
Drax makes a good point in the chat about space stories, right? We don't see as many space stories as we did because we have less optimism about space travel in general than what we did, back when the moon landings happened, right? Because the moon landings happen, and then you've got this massive hype around, oh, we've conquered space travel, right? we can go to. We're going to go to all these new worlds and all this stuff, and then it just kind of never fucking happens, right? and then it just never fucking happens, and we're like stuck. Still,
yeah, but we should
fades.
continue the video.
Yeah, we should continue. Yeah. So we're about to get the ad read, so get ready.
That some of the biggest stories from Japan are Dempa coded, and that you've probably seen one before, way before watching this video. explaining more about the poisonous
Oh yeah,
radio
it's
waves
it's in it. I love sponsor block, guy. Not sponsored. Sponsor block.
It's
and
not
browser
sponsored by
extension.
Sponsor Block.
Yeah, not sponsored by sponsor block, but do like, if I'm gonna give like my recommendation, there's like 3 extensions for YouTube everyone should have. You should have return the dislike button. That's the first one. The second one is sponsor block, and the third one is enhancer for YouTube. Get all of those. uBlock, use uBlock while it fucking lasts, because that shit's getting like removed from a lot of browsers soon because Google are fuckwits. So you'll have to use uBlock Lite, or you'll have to rely on an inbuilt browser and fucking shit. Yeah. Oh, it works on Firefox for now, Goda. Fucking.
I
don't
know actually what do I use for Firefox. I have like 5 different blockers on at the same
50
time.
50 different ad blocks.
And one of them works.
Oh yeah, Braves is alright. I use Vivaldi, so I use both Vivaldi and uBlock Origin, but Vivaldi's gonna be updating to the new Manifest fucking shit soon, so it's kind of like, fuck.
Anyway,
rep uBlock Origin. But anyway, needy girl, let's go.
Dempa. So full disclosure before I continue, there's really no solid definition for what Dempa is. It can mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. It's not like my other videos where I can show you the hard fashion behind it to give you guys an idea of what it looks like. The Dempake genre is very fluid in how it presents itself. So rather than talk about what it is, let me just show you some Dempa narrative tropes and what they mean. And one common trope that you'll see is the isolation of people.
Oh look, he's doing the database thing. He's talking about the tropes and the.
Yeah,
we had a bit of a conversation about that before the stream, guys, just for context.
And I randomly came to the page that gave the exact definition of database.
Yeah, because we were talking about database animals and how, like, it's from like 25 fucking years ago, right? And while, again, like, this is the thing, while you can glean some insights from that, and you can, like, you know, it's good food for the brain, don't use it as like a fucking Bible so you can bash on otaku media.
No,
right?
This is the thing with almost all academic works, right? Because you have a thing, they propose a system in which you can use to explain phenomena, and it's all fine and good. But then you have to say something about society and people and how they behave and what their views and morals,
and
what
then
they think about.
And then it filters down from the academics to the masses, and then all of a sudden it's like they pick up the tool and start using the tool wrong.
Also,
right?
It's out of date because these
goddamn normies.
These are views about people what they were doing 20 years ago. Even if the book even if the theory and ideas are 100% correct, the diagnosis is accurate to the last detail, and the cure described is the exact cure. We have different problems now. We have different views. We have different ways of communicating, doing things. So that cure, that diagnosis doesn't work for today anymore. So therefore, you have to be kind of careful with.
So
stuff like that.
TLDR, don't base your entire personality off old ass fucking books.
Yeah.
So be looping back to the video, right? When he's talking about like it's like you said, like, oh wow, you've discovered what a genre is. Right? You've discovered what genres are, right? Because that's kind of like, it's just
sometimes, you know, these elements, but not all of them. But this element is kind of more important than this element, except when this element is present, then that element doesn't necessarily have to be there.
This is a thing to do with a thing that has a thing that does a thing that's a thing, right?
But unless it has this thing, then it's absolutely something else.
Let's hear the tropes. Let's get hit with the tropes. Let's see what we got.
Especially because of technology. When early Dempake stories were being made in the 1990s, there was a small concern in Japan at the time with the rapid advancement of technology. And while Japan is usually a pro-technology society, that anxiety mainly manifests
Pro-technology society still uses fax machines in the... I know that's a meme. I don't know how accurate that is now, right?
I mean, hospitals today we use fax machines right here in our modern world.
It's a bit of a meme. All right, let me have my meme. Right, it's a bit of a meme.
No, Nuretsu, only accurate truth. No memes allowed.
Listen, Ali, the Japanese are well known for immediately adopting new technology, never sticking with the old technology ever for like decades and decades. Never do. They would never do that. They would never continue to use fax machines. You don't understand. They would not ever do that. Okay?
Also, Japan is like horribly, terribly inefficient in its systems bureaucracy thing, right? Nuretsu, I told you before, right? I'm getting money from the government because the government says that I'm not making enough money right now, so they are topping it off. I did this today on my phone. It says, "Oh yes, government. All right, yeah, that government, that is correct. I made that amount of money this month. All right, good. Send."
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Done.
I'm getting 600 euros in 2 days.
Bam.
I don't think Japan can replicate that right now. I don't think I can press a button and because the government knows how much money I made them that month and how much taxes got paid. Do some maths
database
and
system,
get the and give me the money in 2 or 3 days. I don't think Japan has that.
Don't get the brain chip, don't get the brain chip. But yeah, no, it's yeah. So I just thought it was funny to be like, Japan's super open to new technology.
In the idea of Moen Shakai, roughly translating to relationless society. It's the idea that you can exist fully within a society or a community, but if you don't bother to cultivate meaningful social ties, your presence within that community can feel hollow and isolating. A really good example of this is in the game Needy Streamer.
Oh, look at that! It's a thing that got an anime.
Why are you calling it Needy Streamer? It's Needy Girl Overdose. It's on the screen.
I do that too. I kind of do that too. I sometimes
you did. You did it when you mentioned it.
Yeah, because I don't know why. I think it's like a Mandela effect thing. Where it's like I thought that it was fucking Needy Streamer or something, right? But it's Needy Girl Overdose, right? It's I don't know why. It's like it's the fucking 5G brainwashing, Ellie.
I know. I have the same thing.
The real title of the game is Needy Streamer. Okay. It's all a conspiracy. All right.
I have the same thing at work. There's like one place in the company that's called a thing, but I read it because it's an abbreviation of a thing. I read it once like this, so I'm the only one in the whole company that calls it by a different name, and I cannot stop it because I decided that that's how it should be pronounced. It is very weird to everybody else except me. I tried to change.
Let's hear about the needy streamer
overload. The game is all about how the player character Pichon is in charge of helping their friends.
Go back like 5 seconds. One tap of the right arrow key or left arrow key.
Bam. There we go. Let's try that.
Listen to what he's saying.
We're back.
And what's on screen.
The game.
One more 5 seconds.
It jumped around, so
A really good example of this is in the game Needy Streamer Overload.
Oh yeah, he did call it Needy Streamer.
The game is all about how the player character named Pichon is in charge of helping their friend named Ame in achieving her dream of becoming a top-tier streamer. And to do this, you need to get her in-game follower count up. As well as, and this is what the game's very own Steam page says, to squeeze stupid amounts of super chats out of her donation-happy otaku followers. But outside of the player character, Ame is effectively isolated. She has a community through her chat as an online streamer, and through the power of streaming has the ability to connect and form some kind of social bond with the people that watch her, but because of how impersonal the medium of online streaming inherently is, the connections that she forms are superficial at best. For example, one mechanic that you can do to get Ame's follower count up is by doing something called a breakdown stream, where Ame essentially streams herself crashing out while getting high as a kite, which is not an unheard of concept before. And if you do this enough, Ame will lament the fact that she's effectively become a lol cow, that people only watch her because they get to see a cute girl crash out live and make a fool of herself. She, as a streamer, has effectively become a spectacle. She's surrounded by viewers and has the
Gee, I wonder what the game's trying to say, Ellie. What could it possibly be talking about?
Could it be that this is kind of just a Denpa game?
Yeah, it's like it's a commentary on the fucking, you know, on the shit. It's a thing. You know, like, yeah, like what do you mean? Like,
Is it
what do you
Needy
mean?
Streamer Overload on Steam? I don't believe it. I always just
Yeah, it is on. I don't fucking.
Howda
but like,
is a
oh,
saying
boy, is it
things.
like? I wonder if this is like part of like the bit, right? Where it's like the game has different names on different platforms just to fuck with people. Like, I think that would be funny as shit.
No, the game is called Needy Girl Overdose. It is.
Oh my god! Yeah, we're getting Mandela affected live, Goda. We're getting
But
Mandela
like a spin-off game is called Needy Streamer Overload's Typing of the Net. That's like the funny typing mini game that you can buy. But
don't be
Rings
of Redemption. Yeah. Don't be a lol cow, guys. It's not good. But yeah, well, like, I mean, well, this is the thing, right? The whole mechanics of the game is basically you are doing all these different, you're trying to get all these different endings that all require different like conditions and whatnot, and doing different things. So, oh yeah, maybe it's localized. Yeah,
Gouda is getting the Coxverse version confirmed.
But like, yeah, so yeah, the game is all about that, right? And it's funny because like there's like two endings that are like touch grass, right, and go to the hospital and get like this. The game actually not punishes you, but it mocks you, right?
Nah,
it mocks you for getting the good endings.
There's like
because it goes. Why would you like? Oh, you're being boring, right? Like what a boring ending, right?
Well, I played it, right, and there are a bunch of endings. Maybe not 50, but you know, a fair amount. And one of them is that you stream, but you make her angry. You have too much sex. You make her. You got rid of her kind of mental darkness, her mental illness that made her seek attention to begin with. Overstressing her, overdrugging her, getting her banned for too many sexy streams. So all of them have like kind of a same one-line ender at the end. Not the same one-liner ender. One line and a title that says shouldn't have done that. And I know there's one ending which is just genuinely kind of a happy ending, but all the others are some way of some form of bad, except maybe the one where she stopped streaming, because that presumably fixed her toxic need for social validation.
Yeah,
from
go
strangers.
to the hospital, bitch. Get the fuck out.
That might be just one of the two good endings. The other ending is she is in a relationship and has fun streaming. Those are the two good endings.
So, but yeah, anywho, let's hear what Video Man has to say.
Technology to connect with them, but if you make Ame go down this path, can you really say that people are watching her for her? Add on the fact that personally, Ame is very mentally unstable, with delusions of grandeur made worse or better depending on her follower count. She's effectively in her own world, on her own wavelength that doesn't match up with what you, the player, see. And that's another key point of a lot of Denpa media, is the idea of that incompatible wavelength, that a character is just not on the same mind with his surroundings. And one piece of Denpa media that shows this is the visual novel Saya no Uta.
Oh, hey, Ellie, you can talk about this.
Hey, I played this. It is a neat, short visual novel with two endings.
Have fun.
Or the of Saya. In the game, the MC Fuminori was involved in a car accident that leaves him with a bizarre form of agnosia, which is an actual neurological disorder that affects your ability to process sensory information like touch or sound. Fuminori's agnosia instead leaves him with the side effect that his entire visual world is nothing but blood-red viscera. The world to him appears covered in flesh and gore. Other people look like lumps of misshapen muscle, and normal food tastes and smells terrible to him. And while I'm not going to spoil this visual novel beyond that description because it is considered a cult classic in the visual novel community, I can explain how it's considered part of the Denpa genre. And, well, did you listen to anything that I said? Fuminori is literally on a different wavelength compared to the rest of society due to his condition. The world that he sees is a literal eldritch nightmare, one that he is the only victim of. Where Ame's isolation and mismatched wavelength comes from the result of how technology flattens human intimacy through a screen, Fuminori's isolation and mismatched wavelength comes from his literal brain not being like most others. No one around him
I don't know if Sayano Uta is Denpa in that it kind of operates on a different wavelength, you might say.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't read it, so I can't really comment. Like, I know the general gist. I got the gist of it, right? But I haven't actually experienced it myself.
Because
so I don't have,
yes, it's true that the protagonist in Sayano Uta is on a different wavelength, sees the world differently, but it's more about like the Cthulhic, Lovecraftian, I should say, kind of nightmare world. It is not really about him.
It's not really saying something about society.
No. Denpa is more about
because
society.
Not to interrupt you, but I think that what the video maker man is trying to say is that like his condition is meant to be like a commentary on how someone that feels like they're isolated from society would view the society around them, right? Like if you're someone who is like antisocial, spends all time online, doesn't touch grass or whatever, like, you know, gets like, I don't know, groomed on Discord or some fucking shit, right? You view like he's trying to be like, oh, those kinds of people probably view society the same way that the main character in this visual novel sees like the blood and the gore and stuff, right? They see something completely alien to them, right? And they disassociate from society as a whole because they feel like it's hostile, right, against them. Which I don't think that's what the visual novel's trying to like hone in on here.
No, I think
again,
the visual novel...
I haven't read it. I'm gonna rely on Ellie's like
Naretsu
experience here.
Naretsu, what if you just saw the world opposite of how somebody else? And that's how the visual novel started. Would it be funny if there was a guy that instead saw flowers as pretty, it saw flowers as super ugly?
Yeah. That was actually kind of funny because that loops back to the database animals tweets we were talking about, because like one of the tweets from the Midwit guy that was using database animals wrong, which was really funny. Hang on, I'll bring it up. He's like, what the fuck did he say? He's like, here it is. A lot of authors of these works just have the mentality of, wouldn't it be cool? It's barely the emotional punch to the gut of an Oscar Wilde or Osamu Daiisuke.
Fun fact, all stories are, wouldn't it be cool?
Yeah, it's literally, that's the thing. That's the fucking thing. It's like, that's like everything. That's like everything is literally fucking... Man, you know what? You know what would be cool, Ellie? What if there was a guy and he sees the world as gore? Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. What if like this like pretty little lolly girl like shows up in his world and she's not made out of gore, right?
But she's to like, other people, she's like ugly in flesh, like the opposite.
Gross. Yeah, she's like super gross. But you you see her for what she truly is inside, right? Like a cute little lolly girl, right? Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it's kind of semi unclear. Actually, it's kind of clear in a visual novel, but you should play it.
Well, again, I'm not, I'm just like fucking. But like, you get the point though, right? It's like, yeah, like 90% of shit is just literally like, hey man, what wouldn't it be fucking cool if this, right? But again, like, I don't have any experience. I'll leave it to you to fill gaps. But I think that, I don't know if I would call this a whatchamacallit, right? I don't know if it fits.
No,
Neatly
this
into it.
is Lovecraftian, see the truth, unknowable thing going on.
Eyes on the inside type shit.
Yeah. Not Denpa in that sense.
All right, let's get to
will ever understand the literal horrors that he has to see every day. And no one can understand the literal horrors because only his senses have been compromised. Physically, he seems alright. If you were to see him walk down the street, you wouldn't bat an eye to him. But neurologically, he is severed from the people around him. He exists within his community and with a group of close friends, but he is forever in his own world, cut off from making any meaningful connections with people around him, and forever on a wavelength that no one can see for themselves. And that is the subtle terror of the Denpa subgenre. It's meant to ask you what happens when you are alone and you can't even trust your own mind. What happens when the environment and world around you is meant to keep you isolated?
Very off, right? This is kind of like a big, no, you got it wrong, and now he's going to base all the opinions on this point, and he's going to be, because there are things.
He's built his foundation on sand, essentially.
Yeah, because you can say a lot about Denpa, and we said it, and he said it, and it's all kind of, good enough, correct enough. But if you're going to base it on Sayano Uta, they're just going to get it, steer in a different direction.
Yeah.
Happens when it feels like you're the only one who's aware of the strangeness going on, but you have no one to go to for help. Would you accept the world that you're
Denpa?
It's like, nope.
No, because Denpa is not about knowing it's not about having an unknowable truth that's only revealed to you and all that stuff. That's kind of, it's about losing connection.
Would you endeavor to uncover the truth and make a change? After all, it takes a strong person to deny what's right in front of them. Obviously, there are more examples of Denpa media that I have to talk about. For example, Serial Experiments Lain is the quintessential Denpa anime. Just like Needy Streamer Overload, it very much deals with how technology can isolate us and warp our sense of selves and perception. But honestly, this anime has been dissected front and back, and I doubt I can contribute anything meaningful at this point. You also have movies like Perfect Blue and Paprika, made by the late director Satoshi Kon, which also have been picked clean in terms of video essays and analysis.
I want to comment on that because I can understand. Okay, you don't want to make yet another Lain essay or something, right? Like, okay, fine, but I feel like that kind of sells yourself a little bit short, right? Because just because something's been like analyzed to death, right, and everyone's kind of had their take on it, that doesn't necessarily mean that your take both has to fall in line with those takes or can't necessarily offer something new to the table, right? Maybe you don't have anything new to offer to the table, but at the same time,
if you don't necessarily just cite somebody else that you agree with.
You could just cite give me don't just do this what this guy's doing where he's like, oh, I don't want to fucking join the chorus, right? I'm not gonna make my own Lain video or whatever or some shit, right? Be like, okay, I'm gonna reference this guy's point, right? I'll quote this guy. I'll show a clip from this other video essay, right, from a different YouTuber, and linked and use it as a reference and say, I agree with this guy's point about how Lain is a Denpa or something, right? Like this ties into my overarching point. Because this feels like sort of like a YouTubeism type thing, right? Where someone will be like, oh, I'm not smart enough to have an opinion on a thing, and I don't want to be another face in the crowd or whatever, saying the same things about the same shows or whatever. When it's like, okay, well, you don't necessarily have to, right? If there has been other people in the past who have treaded the same ground as you shouldn't necessarily be afraid of, properly referencing and quoting those particular people and saying, yes, I agree with this perspective on Lane, but also here is like I'm gonna add on to it, right? Like I'm gonna use it as my basis, and then I will give my own perspective. But there is like an opposite side of this coin, which is also annoying, which is something that iPatchWolf does a lot, where he'll be like, "Oh, I have a penis. I can't talk about like the rape in Berserk. You should go watch like a woman talk about it or some shit," right? Like without like actually quoting what that woman YouTuber says, just like, no, go watch their video instead. And my issue with that is I come to like an iPatchWolf video or whatever, what's this guy's name, Mux or whatever, Mux.task or whatever, right? I come to your video to get your fucking take, right? Not someone else's, right? If you want to reference someone, that's fine, and build upon that take to formulate your own, that's good. But if you're just going to be fucking lazy and be like, oh, I can't have an opinion on this because politics or some gay shit, right? Because you're a cuck, frankly. I know I'm gonna have an iPatch rant in the middle of this, but like it's cuck behavior, right? That's cuck behavior. Don't be a cuck, right? Just be like, okay, I have this perspective from someone else that I agree with, but also here is my perspective on top of it, right? Based off. That's how you do it, right? So, at least in my opinion, I don't know if you agree with it, but
yeah, no, I mostly, of course, mostly it's
mostly agree.
Sometimes you hear some ways where
no,
went a
little off the rails.
No, Lane was indeed very much made in the time and a place where internet was scary and computers had too many wires and were built in a grotesque.
They make funny noises.
And a grotesque altar that had to have their own room and all that stuff.
Because they were giant and such. Yeah.
I like smaller examples because to me they're just more personal and easier to research. I'm more of an in general overview of subcultures and genres guy. Because there is one part of Denpa media that I want to talk about, and it's Denpa music, which is nothing at all like the stories I've been showing you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, I know what you might be thinking. Wait, there's a whole ass music scene to this trippy mindfuck genre? And yeah, there is. But rather than start...
Dude, there's a fucking music scene for everything, alright? Like, have you fucking seen the YouTube playlists and shit for, like, music to fucking zone out and get high to or whatever? Some shit, like stoner music or some shit. Like, there's fucking weird-ass music genres for everything, right? Like, just whatever.
Explaining what it is and how it came to be, let me just show you some snippets of Denpa music for you to get an idea of what it's about. Cause, man, I have no words to describe what you're about to listen to.
Can you put some titles on the screen?
Yeah, can we get some sources, boy? Can we get some? Because what are we doing here, right? What do we do? Okay, so so like, is it just loud,
overwhelming, overbearing,
big overstimulating, to use the autism terms, right? It's getting overstimulated, right? A little bit, cutesy voices, right? High pitched.
Good song.
Yeah, this is pretty show.
What the heck, right? Okay, in complete aesthetic opposition to Denpa narratives and stories, Denpa music is not really something you would associate with the themes of isolation.
Hey! I don't know if I would call Lollygod Requiem Denpa music.
It kind of fits, right?
A little bit, a little. You know what? Maybe.
It is kind of too structured to be Denpa in that sense. Not quite chaotic
incompatibility
enough.
with society. Funnily enough, they do share some hidden themes. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the style of music. How can you be introspective about the dangers of isolation when you're blasting every color of the spectrum directly into my retinas? But that's kind
Okay, first off, right, that's visual style, not audio style. I think he got a little confused there because he's like, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta hear that again. Hang on. Let's roll back a little.
Compatibility with society. Funnily enough, they do share some hidden themes. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the style of music.
The style of music, right?
Style of presentation.
Okay. That's not the same. Okay, the visual. You're using like Needy Streamer Overdoses music video for its music, right? As like the style of music. No. It's not what you're seeing on screen, right? That's not the important part. It's what the actual audio is, okay? All right.
How can you be introspective about the dangers of isolation when you're blasting every color of the spectrum directly into my retinas? But that's kind of the point. Denpa music is characterized by the fact that it makes no fucking sense. It's meant to be strangely chaotic, where the Denpa genre narratively is about silent isolation and of questioning one's own perception of the world. Denpa music is made to grab your attention and to overwhelm you. But it's also really important for me to mention, just like Denpa stories and narratives, that Denpa music is very fluid in what it is and what it can mean to people. Some Denpa songs can sound like generic anime music, others can be this catchy hyperpop songs, and there are others that straddle the line between surreal art piece and rave music. But more often than not, most songs do share that overly chaotic style. For example, one thing that
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Feeling a bit. I don't know.
That you'll see in of Denpa song is this constant tag switching. You'll go from normal singing to chiptunes talking very fast segments to outright chaotic visuals and rave type beats, all
Again, you're talking about music. Strip the music video from the music for a minute, right? This is that's kind of annoying me autistically a little bit, right? Because it's like if you're analyzing the music, you should analyze the actual music. The visuals that go alongside it are supplementary, right? Okay, because usually when people listen to music, they're not watching the music video. They'll have it like in the back, like you're supposed to be visualizing stuff in your head, right, with the music. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So he's kind of like triggering me a little bit here, where he keeps like flip-flopping between talking about like the audio side of it and the visual of the video, right? Which is two completely different things, right? The other thing is I don't think he's doing a very good job of kind of explaining like how these things are like. He's only using like 3 examples right now. Like he's had the Needy Streamer one, he's had Lollygod Requiem, he's had that one Toho looking one, the live action like concert, right? And like a couple of others, but he hasn't like really like. I'm hoping he's gonna like dive into like a singular example and like actually analyze that, right? Instead of kind of jumping around. Because I think the fact that he's jumping around like these few examples is not helping his argument. I don't know.
I'm still kind of lost on what Denpa music has to mean to the to Denpa in general.
Yeah, Joshua is right. Like Joshua in the chat's right. It's like he should be talking about the lyrics and the visuals, right? Like you should be talking about like, okay, what is the song actually trying to say, right? What is it about, right? What's going on here?
I'm kind of. If he's getting to the point where I think the point will be that Denpa music is the thing that draws you to be a character in a Denpa narrative, right? That it's stimulating, overwhelming, chaotic, blah 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 blah, all the things. And that world is the thing which the Denpa main characters are escaping to, kind of. It's kind of a representative of as internet as a whole. That's what I feel as what Denpa music usually is, kind of a fast a representation of experiencing the internet in its entirety. That's switching up, fast paced, and a bunch of other things. So, well, Nekomimi Modo is pretty neat. I don't really feel the Denpa in it. It's kind of chill, kind of relaxing. Although, but in even like in Lollygod Requiem, it does switch up at times. It is fast paced. It carries, it has some of the aesthetics, but is it Denpa in the sense of the wider genre? I'm kind of iffy on it. At minimum.
Yeah. Alright, let's keep going.
All in one video. And that's kind of the stylistic point of Denpa song, because it goes back to the whole Kawamata Genji case from earlier, and what the word Denpa means in Japan. If you remember, Kawamata Genji said that he was under the influence of Doku Denpa, or poisonous radio waves, that made him commit the atrocities that he did. That there was some outside force controlling and influencing him.
Alright, so
and
it was
in this
a conspiracy.
Case, because of the
It was not just radio waves in general, it was...
that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, it's like the government or the CIA or whatever is.
But I suppose he could have been, right. He could blame the radio waves for making him so anxious, so sick that he had to lash out.
No, Ellie, it's the government.
Yeah,
it's
so if he's blaming the government or some entity in particular. As poisoning,
it's
as
Benjamin
directing
Netanyahu. He did. It's Benjamin Netanyahu. He did it.
Yeah. No, but that's different from just being, the getting sick from the anxiety of thinking you're near radio waves. That kind of changes. I don't know what. Because I don't feel that Denpa as we know it today borrows much from the Doku Denpa that we know. It far more borrows from the social isolation. Because I don't know the guy. Was he really isolated alone? I suppose he was, because he had some weird beliefs.
I don't know either, yeah.
But I don't know if that is particularly the fault or the cause of, a consequence of internet and technology, right? He might just think he was being the newspaper sent him secret messages because he looks at the word "you shall."
The capital letters and the fucking shit.
And the order and going into a counterclockwise pentagram formation, and then that's the secret message. I'm sure of it. He might, for what he's saying, it might just be the same thing. He might just have been convinced by a newspaper in the same way. I don't feel that there's particularly any technological. I don't know the case, of course, but it doesn't feel like that case involved any technology in particular, other than just the defense of it. While the Denpa that we know and kind of use as genres today very much involve a divide, a retreat in technology, in internet, and that's not what I feel was the case in the original case. So I think he's off.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
And surreal songs are arranged, they become the poisonous radio waves that influence you. What do I?
Oh no. Okay, now we're getting some slightly dangerous. The Denpa music is going to cause you to do crime, Ellie. Lolly God Requiem is gonna make you do crime.
Alright, controversial take number 2. He's kind of pulling me back in the sense that it is kind of
He's pulling me back in.
Only in the sense that he's kind of describing Denpa as brain rot, and I don't think that, much all those chaotic videos.
You want to know what came to mind? You want to know my own brain rot? When he said that, it was the rants meme of like, go down the path of the pedophile. No. Yeah, listen more, slightly dangerous. Right? That's what came to mind. It's like, are you ready to watch Lolly God Requiem? No. Hear more, slightly dangerous.
Only slightly.
Only slightly dangerous. Go down the path. That's what came to mind. The way that he like frames this, right? Where it's like, yeah, the brain rot. The fucking you're gonna listen to the Denpa music. It's gonna destroy your brain.
But I don't think that brain rot is equivalent to the Slenderman murders, right?
Yeah.
Different things.
Well, let's let him make his case, right? We'll see what he has to say. Like, I'm interested. Is he gonna go like the Cognito Hazard fucking direction, where it's like, you listen to it and it
he should get another GIF for this. Because we've seen this sitting.
What you don't like the Code Vein character emote thing? I
don't like it
down?
5 times in a row. The only thing.
He's just using the same one. Yeah. All right, what else we got?
Well, some of you who are still watching might search up some of the music videos whose clips I've been using just to see what happens next.
I would if you have the sources on.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Oh man, alright, well anyway, let's let him cook.
Overwhelming these songs are, and through your own curiosity, the desire to seek them out and keep watching has been planted in your mind. And one major theme in Denpa media is about the vulnerability of the mind and how it can be influenced. It's effectively an internet brainworm. You might not get it, and you're definitely gonna be confused by what you see and hear, but that's kind of the point. You have effectively been hypnotized, put under control.
It's not necessarily wrong in that sense, but I'm kind of objecting to the connection to the murders, right? Because it's
my thing is like, I'm not, I don't think that I'm going to go and like look up whatever. Like, I would if I heard the examples and was like, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty cool, right? I'll go look it up, right? Based on his sampling, right? But I haven't, I already know about Lolly God Requiem, and none of the other stuff that he's, played really appeals to me at all. So I kind of,
Not even Nekomi Modo? That's very good.
Not really, no. Again, I'm not, maybe because of the autism, I'm not susceptible to the fucking, sissy mind virus or whatever. Whatever the fuck he's on about, right? Because I don't, he's talking about I've implanted the seed for you to go and look up these songs on your own in the thing, and it's like, no, not really. Not really. Especially now that he's actually brought it up, right, and it activates the conscious mind, right? It's kind of ruined his own point in a sense by doing that. At least in my mind, anyway.
I'm just like what I said in the beginning of this pause was that I kind of do see a point where Denpa genre is about pulling you into the in a fun way, of course, not the actual social solution, but kind of the idea, the fun of being captured by the internet. As a whole.
Yeah, because obviously he's presenting it in a negative sense, right? It's a bad. right?
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's. Oh yeah, I'm going to do fighting games, rah rah rah, with the stick, playing with the stick, rah rah rah. But in the end, you could just turn the game off and have a normal life afterwards. It's not that people actually are smashing their controllers. It might be just like as console wars is a fun thing to do, and it doesn't have to consume your entire personality. It can just be some fun tribalism, just like a sports game. It doesn't have to become your whole life. Just cheer for your team, lose or win doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
Until good game. See you next game.
Yeah. Good chat. Good chat.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Controlled by the of the song, ever motivated to see what happens next. You are effectively under the condition of Denpa, in the same way that Kawamata Genji was.
Yeah, see, I get what you're saying, right? Where it's like he's trying to relate, like, oh, you hear the Denpa song, and that makes you go and seek out the Denpa, right? Like the music, right? And that's exactly the same as this guy who stabbed a bunch of people at a train station.
No,
and
I
said
don't.
that it was because of the Sissy Hypno or whatever, right? Like, it's like, no, that's not the same. That's not how that works.
We can, all right, yes, that guy killed a bunch of people, but we're just having fun with the idea that we could have been influenced without actually believing that we are influenced in that way.
Well, not even that. It's like, well, here's the thing. The guy, he hasn't like said, okay, so the guy's like, okay, the radio waves. What radio waves? Like, did he listen to a song? Did he reference a particular song that made him do it? Or a particular radio station? Or a particular thing? He's just talking about the nebulous, poisonous radio waves, right? In like a generalized sense, right? Effectively. Okay? So that's not the same as, oh, you hear catchy song on YouTube Shorts or whatever, and that makes you go out and search up catchy song, right? And whatever, okay? And so that's where I'm getting the disconnect here. That's where I'm having the problem. Because it's these two things are not the same, right? The other thing is, why are you taking the word of the guy who fucking stabbed a bunch of people 100% fucking seriously, right? Like, he's a crazy man who stabbed a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
And it reminds me of, you remember the Vice thing about like Lolicon or whatever, and they like get like the pedophile guy.
No, I've never catch the.
You never actually watched the Vice thing that everyone talked about years ago. Okay, so they get like this pedophile on the they interview this pedophile, and the pedophile's like blaming the lolly dojins for the fact that he like touched a kid in a playground or whatever, and it's like, I'm sorry, but why should we take this seriously, right? Like, why would I take that fucking seriously? Yeah, he does have a video on Lolicon. We kind of skipped past that one. But, like, with the Vice thing, like, you're going to take the word of the guy who's trying to justify his actions, right?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It was the lolly dojins that made me do it, right? Same thing here, where it's like the guy stabbed a bunch of people, and we're just supposed to, like, believe that it was because of the poison radio wave fucking nonsense, right? We're just supposed to fucking take him at his word without any critical thinking whatsoever. And it's like, no.
I feel that Denpa as a genre, or as kind of as a music genre, more than as a anime genre, is about having fun with the idea that you are put under a spell, as idols maybe are, right? Oh yes, this idol is totally my Oshi. I'm partaking in the culture of performing in this way. And there are some actual people who fully believe that, I think that, but most people will have fun, go to the concerts, maybe buy some merch, buy the music more likely, and you know partake in the idleness of it all, but are can just also live without it, just like sports, just like anything else, most things else, basically.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go.
Set minus the murder. Now, obviously, how good this effect works will vary from person to person. Some of you that see these clips might just go, what the fuck is this weeb shit? But funnily enough, that is another thing with Denpa Song. It started in the underground Doujin Otaku.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Hey,
got some nice Hololive. Hey, look at that.
Scene in Akihabara. So it's tied heavily to otaku and moe imagery. But some Denpa artists do know how to disarm you with that cutesy anime imagery, especially.
Again, he's talking. It's like the imagery should be separate from the fucking audio. Sorry.
Especially with some of the more creepier songs. Because you gotta remember, this genre has been going on since the 1990s, so artists have had plenty of time to get weird with it. It's less about the storytelling and more about the idea of Denpa and how it can be used. It's still very hard though to explain what Denpa music is conceptually, because on a purely superficial level, it does look like generic anime stuff, especially if you didn't know any better. But as with any subgenre and culture, the question
あなたは、あなただけは特別だから。Because only you are special.
Well, she's like, I am your slave in English subtitle.
Yeah, I mean, I am your slave. You're the only one that's special. That's what she's singing. At least that's the subtitles for.
You see that? Okay, there's a discussion to be had here that I think is actually interesting, right? Because I listen to a lot of Japanese music. I love my Vocaloids. I love my Japanese music. I can't understand a fucking lick of Japanese. Well, like I know a few words here and there, right? Obviously, I've picked up stuff, right, over the years, right? I get a few, I got a little bit of vocab, right? Your kawaiis and your desus and your fucking senpais and all that kind of shit, right? But yeah. So, but here's the thing, right? You listen to these songs, right? And I'm a big believer of like, okay, music can like transcend language in a sense. Like you can get the vibes, right? But also, it would be interesting to kind of analyze what these lyrics are actually saying, because like clearly you have cutesy anime style music singing, right? But she's singing about being a slave and how you're the only one that's special, right? So on and so forth. I feel like there's something that could be said here, right? I feel like there's something that would actually help this man's point here if he actually put in the effort to like translate what's being said. And this is what I mean about talking about the visuals separated from the audio, right? Because he's so fucking hyper focused on the wacky music videos, right? And the oversensitization and getting blasted with this like brain rot type stuff, right? He's missing the fucking forest for the trees, right? Where I think I had an experience kind of like this, because I found there was like a guy who made an animation for, I think it was yo whatever, the guy that does the baby metal stuff, who was like a Vocaloid guy. He had like an album called Sick that came out, and one of the title song Sick, this guy did a like music video for it with the English subtitles, and you listen to it and it is very, very fucking like, can't be happy, very depressy type stuff.
Yeah.
It's like this rock music like type stuff. And like I could get that vibe from listening to the audio, right? But now I have an even bigger appreciation for it now, understanding like what the lyrics of it are, right? I might go see if I can find it on the chat for the peeps. But like what the fuck? But you get what I'm saying, right? In terms of like, there is a discussion to be had here, especially when we're talking about like the language barrier issue, right? Where you could have people listening to this music that are like, yeah, Lollygod, like how you see this actually with Lollygod Requiem, right? Where you have people listening to Lollygod Requiem not really understanding what it's actually about, right? And think like coming to like weird interpretations about it, like
That
it's
was the whole
apparent,
thing
like
with me. That nobody.
yeah. Me had the same thing, right? Where people, because they are focused on the visuals and like not looking at the whole package, they kind of like misinterpreting, and then those misinterpretations get kind of like, like Gouda's saying, like it's an in joke. It's about the Misakis, right? It's about the whole thing. But because you have midwits that just don't understand that, they think, oh, it's anti-lolicon or something, right? Not getting the joke, right? So yeah. Let me see if I can.
No,
The
I'm
fucking
apparently Gouda confirmed that this song comes from Deers. I don't know if the Deers OP is in particularly Dempa. I did some looking around for Dempa anime, and it's kind of clear afterwards. But Gridman, the first season, is kind of Dempa.
Yeah. So here we go. Don't watch the fan lyric video unless you if you have epilepsy. The guy literally in the title of he's like fan made English lyric video, extreme epilepsy. So yeah, I'll put it in the chat if they want to go watch what I'm talking about, because yeah, it's a very good like music video. The visuals are really good on it, but hell, first listening to it, you didn't have that fan music, right? So I was listening to it with just like the album cover and whatnot about it. The whole EP is actually really, really fucking good. I would highly recommend it. But yeah, looping back, he's missing the forest for the trees is how I would describe it, right? Like there is actually a conversation to be had here about what's actually being said in these songs, but because he's not taking the time to actually analyze it properly, he's missing a crucial component, which is, what is the song actually trying to convey and say in its, lyrics and whatnot.
The question is always, why though? And why do people even find it interesting in the first place? And to answer that, we have to go back a bit.
Okay.
Please no.
Please no.
So the research for this video was kind of difficult, since unlike my other videos about history, Dempa is more of a concept. And even then, it's a concept that changes how it looks depending on who's telling the story or who's singing the song. But one cool thing about researching Dempa is seeing the community effort to catalog not just the stories and songs from the subgenre, but also of real-life people being in that condition. One cool website if you want to read up on anything Dempa related is on the blog simply called Dempa Archive. On it is this person whose hobby is just translating and archiving anything and everything Dempa. And it was a really big help for this video because they also catalog defunct Japanese blogs and social media posts from real-life people that are under the condition of Dempa. And some of these posts can get fucking weird, and I don't mean that negatively. It was interesting reading about how people could get influenced by supposed Dempa waves and what it means to be an outsider looking into society that they couldn't feel a part of, and how in turn Japanese society sees them. Reading on this website was at times weird, surreal, and depressing. After everything I've showed you guys, it's easy to forget that though Dempa is primarily a genre of fiction, the term Dempa was used as a derogatory term for people that just looked crazy or people who seemed disconnected from reality. But then it turns out some of these crazy people were just simply suffering from conditions like schizophrenia or BPD.
I find it weird how he's using, so for context, if you don't understand the crazy Japanese guy, so there was a TV show where what they basically did was they took this guy, right, and he was put in a room with nothing but like a notebook and a pencil, Like he's butt ass naked,
Yeah.
no furnishings. He's just in the room, and he has to write into these like you know how you might have like a writing competition type thing
Mm-hmm.
for like a newspaper where you like send out a thing and you might win like a stock take or whatever. Like you might win like a certain like, oh, your story was pretty cool. You win like a bag of rice or something, right? You know,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. The whole TV show is basically just chronicling this guy as he writes these like stories out to these competitions and wins things.
Funny.
So and everything, like he can't go out, he can't leave the room. He doesn't get food, he doesn't get, you know, he might get water because obviously they don't want him to die, right? But like they don't every single thing that gets added to the room is stuff that he wins from the competition. So every time he wins something, it's like he and eventually he just starts going fucking insane. Like, and he starts like behaving erratically and losing his shit because he hasn't like
no
talked to another human.
Solitary confinement, basically.
Yeah. And like, so he like, he gets like, so Count Dankula has a video on it, right? It's really good. Count Dankula's video on it is really, really, really interesting. Because, they basically trap this guy in this room, and it's, like, several years of just, like, absolute fucking nonsense. As you're watching this guy, like, go insane. And, he wins something, and then he's, like, so excited. Like, he gets, like, a paddling pool or something, right?
Finally,
like,
something new as an interaction.
Yeah. And it's fucking wild that was even a thing that was allowed, you know, in a sense.
Probably shouldn't have been.
Probably not, but the point here is I don't know if I would necessarily say, like, okay, he's using that as, like, a dumper example or whatever. Because it was manufactured, in a sense, right? It wasn't like, oh, this is just a crazy person. I don't know if that's like a really good, like, it's a good example if he just wants to show
crazy
clips
Japanese
of a crazy guy. Yeah. Because he was butt ass naked too. He didn't get clothes or anything, and he's like, every time he like wins something, he like, it's fucking I'll go see if I can find the Count Dankula video and link it in the chat because it is interesting. It is a really interesting story. It's just fucking. Oh man. Let me have a look. Probably be in videos. Where is it? I gotta catch up on my Mad Lads. I haven't been watching Dank in a bit. Let's see. It was like probably a while ago. Neil the Seal. Let's see. Where's this fucking... I was pretty sure it was Count Dankula who did the video on it. I remember watching a video on it. Maybe it was Atrocity Guide. Yeah, maybe Atrocity Guide did it.
Let's play the video. And if
we're almost done. We're getting there. We're almost there.
BPD, and we're just unlucky enough to be caught under the crosshairs of the Japanese...
Nope. Wait, I got it. Yeah, the real Japanese Truman Show. Because that is kind of what it was. It was kind of like the Truman Show, but Japanese. All right, I'll put that in the chat so people watch that later. It's very interesting. It is very interesting. Worth the watch. But anyway.
Internet. And when you strip away the surreal visuals and energetic music, what you're left with is an aesthetic. It's vulnerability. A lot of the archive posts on the Denpa archive aren't dramatic manifestos. They're fragmented thoughts, paranoid spirals, lonely observations typed into the void. And what started out as a scary but interesting read for me, I mean, I read some of these at at 1 in the morning, and I'm gonna be honest, some of these pages can look a bit creepy, turned into some small understanding in a way. Yeah, these articles sound like the mad ramblings of an insane person, talking about the different kinds of waves affecting their mind and how God and the Freemasons are talking to them. But then you see the small lines where they say things like how they just want to live earnestly and be happy, and that's where you see the small specks of humanity shining through the isolation that Denpa is known for. Most of these IRL cases of Denpa are just people suffering from extreme loneliness or, like I said, mental illnesses. And I'm definitely not trying to glamorize that. If you're still watching this video and you think being isolated or having BPD is cool, you're definitely taking away the wrong lessons. Denpa narratives are about the pure suffering that loneliness and isolation can bring. In Needy Streamer Overload, there's about 27 different endings, and 20 of them are considered bad ones. Even in the endings where Ame quits streaming and gets a normal job, it's heavily implied that she still feels unsatisfied. That even though she gave up on her own delusions of grandeur on becoming a top-tier streamer...
necessarily... the ending where she just stops streaming is the end. She stops streaming. And the little line says, everybody needs some, I don't know the exact thing. Everybody needs some, not darkness, it says, but something, right? That doesn't really imply, I feel, that she would be unhappy. She just stops streaming, so the story ends since we don't know what happens after. So we cannot say that it's a bad ending per se. It's at least not an ending where she takes drugs all the time on stream. We know that's a bad ending. I am also... He's painting Denpa stories as kind of universally terrible, but Evangelion is kind of Denpa in the sense of isolation, and it's all about how, as a human, talking to another human, you'll never truly understand each other, and the only way to truly understand...
Something, Hedgehog's Dilemma, something.
Yeah, the only way is to become all the same goo, a single entity, with no boundaries between us.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
But Evangelion is about rejecting that and trying anyway. The Gridman, which ends with a live action scene after the anime is over. Our main character wakes up live action style. And that was about letting go and facing reality and stuff. So Denpa stories are not universally about abject horror and terror and failure.
It's not all doom and gloom, depression, fucking... Because, sometimes there's light at the end of the tunnel, yeah.
Because in Gridman specifically, right, the salvation of Akane, spoilers, exists in herself. There's no other people. Not really. She didn't really talk to other people. I mean, there was some kind of weird interdimensional force that entered her world. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, well, let's just not. We don't have to talk.
but basically, her own world rebelled against her and forced her to face reality without other people pulling her out of the room, forcing her to wake up. Evangelion, our main character, kind of did it on his own. But I suppose in Lane, Naretsu, how does Lane end? Lane becomes
Lane becomes like it. So it's up to I have a interpretation of Lane, right? Which I don't know if it's the one that most people have. I view Lane as Lane was never real, right? The way that I interpret Lane is that Lane was a program the whole time, right?
But the ending of Lane is that she becomes or is the internet or a program.
Yeah, she basically ascends to godhood, right?
Yeah.
And it's implied that there's like a being higher than her or something like that. I'm trying to remember because it was like a few years ago, right? And she essentially resets the world to become a world in which she didn't exist, right? In a sense. Because all of the different like incarnation, like, because in all the different worlds that she like mucks around in, like, they all end up being fucked, right?
All right.
Because of her meddling, right? And she comes to the conclusion that it's better off if I take a step back and don't, allow us to happen. And like the ending of the show is like the childhood. She sees the childhood friend as an adult, right?
Yeah.
And is living her life and is kind of like, I'm content with watching you from afar, basically, right? As you go about your life, right? But again, like I have like my like overarching interpretation of Lane is that Lane from the very beginning wasn't human, right?
Yeah.
Like from the very like beginning, it is like just software. And the whole show is about kind of her like overcoming that and transcending, right? I'd have to like maybe rewatch it or like reanalyze it again, but like it doesn't really end on like a super dark note, really. Like it's kind of more of a
without the climax.
Yeah.
All right,
but again,
I get it. But the point
I think
is
we've kind of
that
got the point. Yeah.
my point is that Lane ends kind of in loneliness, starts and ends in kind of loneliness, kind of. And while Gridman ends happy, Evangelion ends happy.
Well,
Shinji has a nice smiles at the end.
Yeah, he's in reality.
Everybody says congratulations. Shinji smiles. Ends of the series. And if you go,
well, it depends. Well, depends.
Also, when the movie's blah blah blah, Shinji's married, etc. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah.
Let's shop because we're almost done.
She connect to the people around her, and that no one, not even you the player, can meet her on her own wavelength. And she straight up ghosts you in this ending. In the visual novel, Milk Inside a Bag of Milk, Inside of the Bag of Milk, yes, that's the real name of the game, you literally play the voice inside of the mind of a traumatized, depressed girl as she has to do the simple task of going to the convenience store to get some milk. And again, no spoilers, but by the end, you the player just seemingly have to accept that this girl will go to sleep tonight, only to repeat the same heavy cycle tomorrow as she has to go to the store to get milk again, and again, and again, and again, always in the sad state that she's in. And that's the bittersweet appeal of Denpa. It's the story of all of us at our most base nature, to find people on our own wavelength, to be able to tune ourselves in a way that makes the crushing weight of our conditions understandable, even if just for a bit. And failing all of that, it's just the ability to go on, regardless of what you're going through yourself.
No, I disagree.
I disagree. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, not quite what I was expecting. Because I was expecting it to be kind of more about how, the internet brain rot is like ruining Japan or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so not quite what I was expecting, but still sort of in the same vein. I feel like he kind of hurt himself by not doing enough research into his examples, particularly when he's talking about the music side of things, because I would have been more interested to hear sort of like, okay, here's like Denpa music and what does this actually mean? What is it conveying? Is it sort of like, because you can look at other genres, right? Like emo or, rock or whatever. Like what are those genres typically singing about? What are they talking about? A lot of the emo versus, like, I watched a video from Count Dankula. No, not Count Dankula. It was Windigoon. Windigoon did a video about like goth. It was like a thing in Mexico with goths having a fight with punks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like not relevant to what I'm talking about. I'm more talking about when he goes through like the history of punk, right?
Yeah.
And the history of like emo music and like punk is more about, you know, rebelling against a system, right?
Yes.
Fighting the system. The system is the problem. We have to fight the system. Punk is an attack on the system.
Yeah.
Emo is more about introspection, right? You are the problem. I have something wrong with me. I have to introspect about what's wrong with me. And
contemplate on the
songs,
nature of man and the desires there within.
He uses like Teenagers by My Chemical Romance as like an example of this, because it's like from the perspective of a adult, you know, talking about how teenagers scare the living shit out of, you know, him, right? And like introspecting about like what it's like to be a teenager, right? When he, you know, and that kind of thing. And that is that could have been an interesting angle to go into with this Denpa stuff, right? Like, what is the actual, like, is it like emo in the West, where it's an introspective kind of, right? Could that be the case? I don't know. Video Man wasn't fucking smart enough to actually fucking talk about it, right? So I feel he could have done a little bit better in his example choosing than his research here. I also think that he kind of gets a bit wishy-washy on what Denpa actually is, because he talks about, obviously, the whole guy who blames the radio waves for the fact that he stabbed a bunch of people, right? And he's trying to kind of relate that to internet brain rot, which, you know, like there's a discussion to be had about internet. I mean, there's been studies and whatnot on internet brain rot and how social media is causing degenerative decline and how it affects particularly young people, right, and kids. Like, there's plenty of research on this topic around how social media is not good, and there's probably some validity to banning kids from social media, even if the methods are not good, right? I'm actually floating, like, there's an idea being floated around in New Zealand right now, which I feel is a little bit better than the like digital ID nonsense, where it's just, look, smart devices banned under 18, flat, just no selling of them to kids, no giving them to kids. You know, ban the device, not the site, essentially, right? And I feel like that is probably a more healthy and better way to go about it than, you know, trying to wrangle the internet, right? If that makes sense. But what I'm saying is there is a discussion to be had about Denpa in that aspect, right? But he doesn't really do that, right? He doesn't actually kind of dig into how the internet is like actually affecting modern society and the people around us, and compared that to the media. Like, again, we talked about the difference between isekai and stuff like Perfect Blue and whatnot of the early 2000s.
He gave like a 50 dark no, he gave like a bunch of examples of old ass anime and very little of modern anime.
Yeah, which is a bit of a problem, because as we talked about with, you know, database animals, right? What was relevant 25 years ago, right, might not be so relevant now when talking about this issue, right? Because the media that was kind of about the dangers of the internet and whatnot of the time, you know, it might be relevant from a historical perspective, but it's not necessarily relevant from a what is happening on the fucking ground floor right now, you know? So that was a bit of a problem. Definitely a little bit of a problem. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in particular that I want to kind of comment on with the video outside of it. I mean, we had some pretty good discussions about it, I think it was good from us in our coverage perspective.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it was kind of meh. I'll let you do your final bit and talk about anime.
Yeah, it's like I said, there are some more modern animes like Gridman you can talk about. He kind of portrays it as kind of all super bleak and kind of just downright depressing, and an insight in how terrible it is, how you absolutely don't want to be like this. That doesn't really rhyme with the music. in the music videos, which are very more often than not rather upbeat in my experience, right? Those are maybe like the mass, more popular, more palatable to the mass audience that which I would be part of as a not Dempa knowledger. Still, not all Dempa songs are super depressing, or I feel
Yeah, again, I feel like if
have
he had
like a hidden
analyzed,
darkness to them. I don't.
Yeah, I feel if he had analyzed the actual, yeah, I feel like if he'd analyzed the actual lyrics, right, and again, what is the song actually trying to convey versus like the vibe,
Yeah,
right?
but also just anime in general, right? Yes, sure. Evangelion is about loneliness and never be able to understand each other, blah 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 blah. But okay, that's a sad subject. That a sad subject doesn't make it Dempa by definition. You have plenty of other sad things that happen. You know, a bunch of romance stories are also about isolation, misunderstanding, fear of communicating, all that good stuff, and breaking out of that. Sometimes your shonen action shows are also just about, but I'm lonely and I'm afraid of talking to people, and that's the whole plot of the whole battle shonen.
Yeah.
So it's I have more questions, and I don't feel the video really answered them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oh well, we'll keep an eye on this fella, see if he. Because again, we might pick. Maybe we'll come back to the Lolicon video. Who knows? But I have a pretty good idea of where that's gonna go. Right. I got a pretty good idea.
Twisted minds of all Japanese.
God, it's so evil. Just my mum's giving me a.
Oh no.
Mum's ringing me. She was like, oh, she's like, oh, I missed your call yesterday. I didn't call you. Watch out for scam calls, Mum. Be careful.
Oh, but was it not Retsu in the computer that was talking?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, so I just told her to be careful because I had a scam call. I had a possible scam call last night. And I love Ellie Call Assist on Samsung. Best fucking idea ever. I fucking love that shit. So I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically okay, if someone calls you, you can hit a button and it directs them to an AI. And the AI picks up the phone and is like, hello, you have called do. Would you like to describe why you are calling today? Right? And you can go through like and you see like a transcription of the conversation on your screen.
That's funny.
Right? And so you can, like, if a scammer calls you, you can just direct them straight to the AI, and the AI can take the call for you.
I was called by a fake AI, and usually, I hang up immediately. But I was, talking. I had my earbuds in and took the call like that, and I couldn't, reach my. I believe I was.
No, I don't call us. I didn't call assist my mum. That's not. Because I do have my thing set up to tell me who calls. I only would do it if it's like suspect. Because like what happens is also Samsung's thing is like, oh, this is a suspected scam call or whatever. It shows up. So I do it.
No. I think like, if I tap my earbuds or press my earbuds, then I take the call, and I think I press them again, I would close the call. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't use it for calls that much. So I just didn't respond. So I just heard an AI talk and like, I am with the IRS and have to talk about your. All right, sure.
Yes, European person. Yes, European person. We are with the European IRS.
Sure. The ERS.
The drink bottle, and so I'll be back in a bit.
No, so I just kept listening. I just was kind of curious of what they would do if you didn't respond, but it was it said from, hey, are you there? I am going to talk. I'm going to say the thing that I'm going to say. Are you there? I'm going to repeat the thing I was saying. Are you there? It appears we have lost connection. Goodbye. And that's how the call went. Of course. The voice said more things than I'm saying, but I'm not going to. I don't remember the whole conversation. It's not worth repeating it. Besides, yeah, the IRS quotation marks wanted to talk to me about me receiving or not having enough, giving enough money to America. I don't know what. It's not. I'm not going to give them money anyway. Why should I? It's late. I'm getting more tired. Although I'm was busy today, so maybe that's where the tiredness comes from.
Yeah. Right. So where are we starting? What are we starting?
Let me punch out my 3 shows that I'm watching.
All right. Let's go. What are we killing from the list?
0 Subjects, man marries striped woman in the middle of actual nowhere. Alright, so he's still on his quest to get more subjects because he's a lord of this land and he's supposed to have subjects. So he'll get those subjects one way or another.
Big subject, man. Big
when we left off, Sultan guy was coming around with bunch of slave women. Our man was not very happy to hear that Sultan man with 50 slave women was just going to come by.
Just gonna roll up
with a bunch of slaves.
Roll up.
He's not standing for that. But turns out he's a nice guy.
He's pretty. He's a chill.
He's a chill guy. Also, he can just detect the invisibility magic over there. Oh, that's weird. Nobody else could have done that before. He can hear and smell her. That's weird. But the rest of turns out that he's like a half demi-human.
Oh.
So he's part of the oppressed peoples, as a half breed. And the women aren't slaves. They like him, all of them.
Yeah, totally not. Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
No. He was just fighting for all the good demi-human rights, and they were like, "Damn, you're a good dude. Let me take care of you because you have like a thing going on." So, big man, my main character man is like, "Oh, you're a good dude. You fought for justice." Is also fun thing in the Sultanate place. Our main character guy is just Conan. Oh yeah, we had plays about you, the Great Dragon Slayer, and he is just actual Conan in the Conan pose on the poster of his play that is being held, valorizing him as the greatest human to have has ever lived. Man, Dragon Slayer. Oh, it's really you. It's a funny joke. Show continues to be cute, continues to be funny, continues to be watching.
Hey.
Other show, Chainsmoker Cat.
How's our Misfits been misfitting? Because I haven't caught up on it. I haven't started watching it yet. So,
are you actually planning to start?
I mean, it is on Netflix, so I could just it's easier than having to acquire it via other means, because I have access, So all it would take is for me to click over to the Netflix tab and go watch it, right? But maybe it would break the rule of dropping stuff if I don't pick it up by the 3rd episode, right? But maybe maybe I'll do it.
Whatever. So quick.
But anyway,
4th episode. we get introduced to
we had, like, 2
Human.
episodes, yeah.
We get introduced to Human. She's Ero Dojin. So she's
Hey!
semi-forcing, semi-coercing the cat's girls.
Yeah,
in
I had Lolly tell me that about this episode. Apparently, where like essentially they're doing like weird shit in public.
Yeah. Or like just in the park
The
and
like
get
reference material. Yeah, they're doing like weird shit, and the police show up. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
are you doing?
there's just one part that are kind of those are funny jokes, funny sex jokes. Laughs were had. There's one part where our Imuko, our Imoto cat girl, is with her 2 human friends. And at one point, the human friends go from, I heard a rumor that the beast folks are used to make meat for these burgers. Ha ha ha, isn't that funny, cat person? That's not super duper funny, actually. Implying that I would be turned into meat and be eaten. But she doesn't say that, but there's this it wouldn't be wrong to call it like a microaggression kind of deal. This, I'm having fun at your race thing.
Yeah, you're silly. Yeah.
But it kind of gets big expanded. I suppose I can tell you. All right, so Imiko gets confessed to, right? But by Pretty Boy, or just boy in general. She says no.
Pretty. Oh.
She says
rejection.
No. Rejections. Then there's like a it's not even a parody. It's kind of just a wholehearted girl bullies cat girl for rejecting a guy because she likes the guy, and then she realized that she was a bitch for bullying the girl because she rejected the guy that she liked, and cries over it.
The usual shit, yeah.
And it's kind of sweet in a way where characters are assholes, but kind of realize that they are assholes for being emotional and all that stuff, right? Not part of a joke. Yeah. It was just a nice scene. However, Naretsu turns out that she rejected the guy because he's well put together. He's too proper, in a sense. Weird. Why does she say that? Well, then we cut to a scene, Naretsu, where our Yaniko, our chain-smoking, horrible person, worthless as she is, begs, pleads, on her hands and knees, please don't take my cigars. Please.
Please don't take my cigarettes.
Please, no. Please, I will do anything. Please don't do this.
I need my cigarettes.
And then, Naretsu, we get a shot where Imiko puts on a little smile.
Mm-hmm.
She likes when they are pathetic. When she has to take care of people. When she needs to be depended upon. You cannot be like good guy, reliable. No, you have to be baby to mother and all that stuff. That's her mental that's her mental illness. Anyway, so we got the mental illness reveal.
Mental illness reveal.
So every character has mental illness, so it's just a mental illness reveal for every single character.
That's great. That's great.
So
illness reveal.
We get Naretsu. What's kind of fun? What's most interesting to me is that we get review of big racism. So the cats play kind of just the game of life, right? Blah 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 blah. You play a game, you get a job. But then Naretsu,
as you do, yeah, as you
then
do.
then the cat goes, "Hey, I drew this job, and now I am a lawyer. Beast folk can't become lawyers. Damn. Oh, I became a doctor. Beast folk can't become doctor. All right, I'm just low paid, I guess. Also, and what about scholars? Can't be a scholar.
Guess I'm just a wagey.
Yeah. And then they go from, why the fuck can't we do this? Oh, this game was made like this game is an old game.
This game was made during Jim Crow.
Basically.
This game was made during peak racism.
And then Naretsu, then one of them get married, and one of them is playing a human, which is a grand betrayal from, why are you lying about your race? Be discriminated against like the rest of us.
Yeah, eat that debuff. Eat that debuff.
And then, just to over-explain a joke, then she says a very depressing line that was, let me have this.
You let me have it. Jeez. Okay, so on the one hand, funny, right?
Yeah.
On the one hand, funny, but I do have to ask, is it laying it on a little thick?
No.
Right?
No.
I would assume you would say no, but like I'm questioning to myself, right? When we do watch it, right? Because like the social commentary aspect of it, right? It's very easy to fuck that up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to go from, okay, it's a funny haha thing, to the author just trying to like bash you on the head with, it's about race. It's about race. It's about race. Do you get it, Ellie? It's about race. It's the same as the race, right? Like, that kind of thing, right? I assume it's not doing that because I'll take your word for it until I actually watch it or I get like a second opinion. But I'm just wondering to myself, right? Like, is it going to jump the shark at some point?
Now, I say that Naretsu, but this scene is about the racism that happened before. They could have become doctors, but you have that residual effect of still being semi-discriminated against.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, is it beating on the head of?
No,
like,
they are
like
not.
The same
it's just
shit.
that all of the cat people that we see are in lower paid positions and are suffering from an addiction in some way.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess if like later in the series we see like, I guess what would be called the coon, right? The black person that sold out and became a white. Why are you participating in white culture or whatever, right? If we see like the lawyer cat girl who actually doesn't have any fucking problems and just fucking is like super rich or whatever because they don't like partake, like, but then again that would be kind of like the opposite like side of it, right? Like the different commentary from a different side, I guess.
Yeah, but anyway, we're still with our drug addicted.
Yeah, let's keep it on happy, haha, funny cat girls.
Yeah.
Right?
So anyway, the human player in this case, or at least the human in the game, you roll a dice and you're now married to a human. Oh no, the cat that's playing a human in the game rolls the dice and is going to marry a beast folk. Well, Naretsu.
Oh no.
In the game, if you are marrying a beast folk, you have to read out a letter. So you're a human and you're marrying beast folk. You open the letter and it says, don't marry a beast folk. They can run really fast, they can jump up on you, they have major psychological differences with humans, any child you have will always be a beast folk, and they smell.
Laying it on a little thick, don't you? Laying it on a little thick. Jesus.
So, the racism might be not in the series currently, but it's like 10 years or how many years it was. If we go backwards 10 years in the series, it would be very racism.
Well, like I said, it's like it's laying it on, right? It's laying that shit on a little thick, right? Because Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ.
But they just kind of having fun, like from, God damn, this is racist. It's hilarious. Yeah. Then there, if I'm going, why stop? Then Amatsu, next bit is drug addict girl is apparently fired from her job, and to cope with that, she's going to go beetle hunting, like she is a small child, because that's a moment in her life of happiness. But nobody goes with her, and that makes her sad. And going alone in the mountains, in the woods, is kind of scary when you're sad. So, hey, do you need somebody to come with you? Nah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. But then somebody joins anyway, and then she perks up from like, oh no, but beetles are super duper cool. And it kind of, to me, points to a stunted development, She wants to go back to a happy childhood somewhere. Yeah. And then the next part, the last part, I promise. They go to a reservation.
I did see something about this. Where they go to like the Indian reservation and they're like, can we get some of that tobacco? can we get high on some of that funky tobacco that you got at the reservation?
So they are not necessarily one specific minority. They're like all of them combined in different ways. Minority, reservation, big racism, persuasive addictions, ill-fitting, whatever minority issue exists, they have it in some way or another. Also, some noble savage secret technology. They have like a laser gun that can destroy mountainsides, but don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So anyway, so cats are doing cat stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. So what else we got?
My last show, Naritsu, the goat hands.
Oh yeah.
The goat hands or the goat hands?
The goat hands are goat handsing, are they?
Yeah, not as hard as.
Because I remember last time you were like the goat's hands are not quite goat handsing. They're not doing the, you're that little meme with the guy with the stick poking the go hands. You're going, oh come on,
do like 50 flips again.
Do it. To do the go hands, and now you're like, yeah, go hands.
Oh yeah, because Naritsu, they had like, they did. I showed you like the PlayStation 2 fly through the city, right? They repeat that sequence in its entirety again. And that sequence takes like 30 seconds, and they just replay the whole 30 seconds again. It's very funny.
So outside of the go handsing, anything else to report on that one?
They reveal more of the very video gamey isekai setting stuff. They reveal like the next immediate goal, which is to buy like a skill book that will unlock his super specific class thing, and he has to cough up like 50 billion gold to do it, and
50 gazillion gold.
So that will take a while. In the meantime, we meet Clown Girl. So we're going to finally team up with another member. So that's that.
I guess I'll do Cleavertress then, because
sure.
Loop into stuff I can talk about.
But yeah.
So good shit. Having fun at the magic school. I fucking love the goddamn middle girl. just just constantly in a state of panic, right? She is in a constant state of panic because I'm gonna get executed.
And if I don't get executed, I'll get stabbed.
I'm gonna get killed. So what's basically going on, right? Because we've had 2 episodes, is that the school is an allegory for, because the whole thing with Cleavertress is it's all about the hero's story thing, right? And how the story has like power, right? And the section of the story that they're in is the hero leaving like the home, like it's the hero's village or something, right? Like the village the hero goes to. And there's like a trial, and they go through the trial, and when you go through the trial, that's how you get your powers. And essentially, what's going on is that the kids are going to the school. There is they're getting like turned into magical beasts, but that's like part of the trial. Is in real life you're a magical beast, but in like the alternate mirrorverse, you are yourself, right? But you're seeing the world through like a different lens, right? Where everyone looks like monsters and everything's kind of funky wucky, right?
Yeah.
And somehow through doing that trial, you get your like magic crest that gives you your like ability, right?
Yeah. Small interjection, Naretsu. I kind of feel like that if you succeed or fail hard enough, you'll become one of the 4 demon lords. Maybe it's just
no. Well, the one doing this is one of the demon lords, right?
Yeah, but
because what's going on is you got the dragon guy, the North guy, the Lord of the North, is doing all of this shit with the priest, right? The priest has the book, right? And they've set up this whole fucking thing. And we don't 100% know why, but we have a conversation because our boy Glenn and the other 2 lords, one of which is like a parasite guy who's living inside the black guy's head. He's just chilling. And you have like the goddess old lady, not so old lady looking one. Like they've all sent their proxies basically, and they're all kind of chilling, right? And they're having a conversation about it, and they're like, why the fuck is he trying to recreate the hero's journey, whatever the fuck? Because if they recreate the hero's journey, the hero's gonna fucking kill us, right? Like they tried to do the last time. And he was the one that killed the hero the last time, right? That's why he's all fucked up, right? If you look at the visuals, you can see like the dragon's got like scars and shit all over him, right? So it's like, what is this motherfucker doing, right? It's basically they're at in the situation, right? Meanwhile, our main girl, right, is also investigating and trying to figure it out. Makes a kind of a deal with the twins to be like, okay, let's have a alliance. We will share information, right? Something's going on. Let's do big alliance stuff. But she gets captured. She's following a lead, and oh shit, this is weird like snail thing. Why oh shit, what the fuck happened? And now she's been captured by one of the other students, the gardener guy, and it is now been put in a tank with a bunch of spiders and a fucking plant monster. And she has turned into a rat.
Yes,
she's turned into a rat. In real life, she is turned into a rat. She realizes this because she looks at her reflection in like the tank and is like, "Oh wait, I'm a rat." Okay, puts 2 and 2 together.
Very cool as a dark beast to become. I'm a rat.
Kind of. She does look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. She got like the hair and the scar, like it's because you get like it's like a reflection of herself, right? Because of like broken limbs and stuff from being turned into a corpse. You know, she's a corpse, right? Severed from the dark anchor, Glena's like, oh, wait a minute.
Where is
wait,
she?
What? Where the fuck did she go? what kind of nonsense has she gotten herself into? He visits our metallurgy girl and is like, "You're going to tell me everything right now," and she's like freaking the fuck out, and he's just like, "I don't have fucking time for this," and just like plants his like fucking tendril into her brain and electrocutes. She faints. She fucking faints, and he like is like, "Oh no, you fucking don't!" It just electrocutes her brain back to life.
And she goes, "Yes, my master, I will just tell you everything."
She's just given up. She's just given the fuck up. She's like, "Alright, fine. Fuck it." I love her as a character. She's so fucking funny. It's so fucking great.
Also, it's like 5 different layers of political intrigue going on with the Pope.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, like
Pope.
that's the crazy thing. You've got like all of this going on. You've got the bullshit with the priest going on. You've got like the 4 different nations all trying to figure out what the fuck's going on and get to the secret room, right? And sharing information. You've got the dude who's like the servant of the old lady fucking god or whatever.
Yeah.
The bird guy. He's making a deal with like the guy from the other nation. They do a bro fist and then he disappears, right? Doing shit. Because they're broskies now, right? And so yeah, there's like so many layers going on to fucking Cleavatris. It's like a fucking onion, right? You got so many layers going on with different side shit and different stuff. And then you have our boy here who's just like, you know what? Fuck all this shit. I'm just gonna create a giant fuck you tower. This is what you want, right? You want this fucking book? Come and get it.
Come get it. Right? I am tired of all this political intrigue stuff.
Yeah, all of this bullshit.
Reveal yourself to me.
Yeah, you fucking humans and your fucking dumbass fucking bullshit. I'm just gonna fucking toss a fucking wrench into the whole thing, right? So he's now created a giant tower and has basically set the challenge. Come and fucking take my book, right? And all of the students that are too weak have been like brainwashed to go back to sleep.
No, you don't want this. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just let yeah. And all the ones that are actually fucking decent.
Off note. It's kind of a contrived but decent enough story reason why only these characters will now be relevant to the story.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, sorry. So yeah, and that's kind of where we leave. Yeah, the priest guy is very mad. He's big mad. He's like Berserk. The priest in Berserk is what it reminded me of when you remember the priest in Berserk. It's like super mad, and the veins start popping out of his fucking
but also he's making deals with the biggest demon that exists in this world, and he gets mad.
How dare that disgusting Cleavatris defile my holy ground? Meanwhile, I'm doing big demon shit. Yeah, I love it. It's great. It's fun. I'm having a good time. I'm still, you can tell by like how much I'm cracking up. Right? It's been a fun few episodes. I don't know if I would say it's on par with season 1 though. Like I feel like I was enjoying season 1 a lot more than I am this, but it's good. It's good enough. It's fine.
Yeah, so I guess I have this feeling that Cleavatris started and with about fighting this general, and then when the general thing was starting to close, it was damn. I want to keep going though. Time to
I don't know because I feel like we're like because again it's all about like these books and the story
but that's like
and all that kind of shit.
It was all about the Forge, and it was like, oh no, the Forge is actually a book, and now there are 12 of them.
Yeah, now we got to go find the rest of the books, right?
And some of them will inevitably be already destroyed or will be destroyed before the heroes get them. Any number greater than 5 in a story will have one of them destroyed, and the heroes will have to deal with it that they are destroyed.
So anyway, we can talk about Rudius's slice of life adventures.
Yeah, because
that's
nothing happened.
Literally, yeah. It's well. I mean, he does get to have a threesome, I guess. So that is
But
that is something that happens. Like that's a thing, right? That's stuff. Well, like to cut the long story short, right? Like I feel like we're building up to because the next episode's tagline is something along the lines of a domestic disturbance or something. So
Eris would be described as a domestic disturbance.
Yeah, something's gonna come in and do a thing. But the last 2 episodes have mostly just been okay. They have the wedding for the other guy,
Annalise,
right, with the elf. And in doing that, they decide, we're gonna do a party for the 2 girls to celebrate the birthdays that they missed, right? So and so they go get gifts. Elise plants the seeds of the threesome and Sylphie and Roxy, and then they go to the inn, and we don't get to see any of it, but it's heavily implied that he gets his threesome. So the fun stuff there.
Yeah.
They have the big party. The mum shows emotion at the party. It's very emotional. It's big tears. Big mum might slowly recovering. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of slice of life stuff. It's not. I don't really feel it needs the play by play.
Yeah, Rudy learned some new magic.
Yeah, he learns to. He's now a was it a king or whatever, king class water mage, because he can do electricity, he can do thunder, and then he's experimenting with it's kind of I've been watching the guy that does the cut content stuff. The whole explanation of the thunder thing is it's essentially you are pushing all of your mana into the clouds, and then you compress it, right? So it's all about compressing the mana into the lightning bolt, right? And Rudy is kind of okay, well, if it's all about compression, then how can I miniaturize this? And which is what you see when they go fishing, right?
Yeah.
Is that he's been experimenting with taking the idea of thunder and then doing it on a smaller, even more compressed scale, so it can be more useful in a general combat sense, right? So that's kind of interesting. But like I said, yeah, it's a lot of simple, happy, fun time, Rudy life good, fun stuff happening.
Yeah.
It's about to get fucking wrecked somehow in the next episode, maybe.
Not too much though, because I do feel this is a stable family. There are way too many people for this place to be destroyed.
So I haven't been keeping up with the Ghost show. Probably going to get axed from the list, not because I think it's bad, but just simply because I've it's a fall through the cracks situation. I just haven't felt like wanting to fucking watch it. So goodbye, Ghost show, sexy time. Had fun, I guess. May or may not talk about it next week if I do catch up on it. So yeah,
right.
Anyway.
Next slide.
What do we got?
Love Unseen. I have to fortunately report that it has been unseen.
It has been unseen. You've had the it's like the SpongeBob bit where the guy has the television sucked out of his eyes. You've unseen it. You've unseen the show. It's been removed from your consciousness. It's gone.
No, it's too many shows. Even I haven't likewise. I haven't got around to watching more Nanoha. I'm still only have watched the first episode, and I do want to keep watching it. Likewise, I've not been keeping up with Red River.
Oh no!
In things I want to watch and things I might not be watching anymore. I think I don't need to watch Red River. Come on, which?
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't end up picking it up either. So
I kind of want to give Love Unseen another shot, or at least please, maybe if I'm watching not 10 shows but 7, I can watch.
Yeah, maybe during the downtime, seasonal downtime. Okay, well I'll do Swordmaster just to crank that out because I'm still watching it. Basically, there's big wolf demon things invading the school. Everyone does big fights. It turns out the headmaster had something she was studying in a room. The old man guy, who was a bit of a dick about magic, was like, oh, she's like hiding the secret of immortality down there. I've got to go in there. And then he breaks the seal, and it's like, no, it's just like a shadow wolf thing. And then it like breaks out, right? Because he's a dumb fuck, right? They solve it. Big fight, very flashy, very cool. They kill the wolf, right? It's all good. And then now he's heading back home, back at the house, and his dad is like, "Why have you not fucked yet? Where is my grandkids? Where is your wife? Give me wife now. Present wife."
Basically,
that's kind of
this is the same dynamic in my show with the Zero Subjects, where guy marries tribal girl, and tribal girl goes, "Where are my kids?"
Yeah. Well, in this case, it's more like it's the granddad being like, we're kid. He tries to get the adopted kid, the blue haired girl, to like call him granddad.
How funny!
It's like it's very funny. It's good. So yeah, basically, he's back at home. Shenanigans are happening. It's it's pretty good. I'm having fun. I'll keep watching it. It's decent. So anyway, show that we can talk about a little bit more, maybe in depth, because it was pretty good. We got Goodbye Lara, Sayonara Lara. Big things happening, I guess. Lara. I don't know where to start really, because.
Well, let's start with that. It's kind of it's a very slow and doesn't give like internal monologues at all. So if you have to just look at the characters and go, so are you frustrated about the coming match, or is it something else? Or is she that worried about the fate of her people, or is she just thinking about her role in life and doesn't know where? I mean, I suppose she does explicitly say, "I'm scared of going outside," so that's the thing.
Yeah. So like we're getting, it's a very slow burn show. Yeah, it's very taken quite a while to kind of ramp up. Although I would say the last episode was a bit of a fun thing. Like the general gist is, I think the way this is going, because obviously Yuri, right, is we're going to have like Mari be the true love, right?
Yeah, because that was the trigger for that whole sword fish.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? I love that shit. It's like this giant stone just comes out of the sea, and no one reacts to the giant floating stone. Oh, and then in the next episode, Ellie, the stone is like over the school, and Lara is like, "What's that?" And Mari's like, "What are you talking about? Don't worry about."
I feel
it's almost like
it's kind of like
almost like talking to the audience, right? Like, don't worry about.
I don't know. It kind of feels like a pointer, like a this is where you should be.
It's a fucking map marker. Yeah, it's like go to school, find Prince, new objective, quest marker. So she's also been watching a lot of those dangerous K dramas, right? There's dangerous Prince and Princess K dramas.
But she has to find a prince, so I have to look at all the prince stuff.
I have to look at Leah. What do princes look like in this day and age, right? I don't fucking know. What is a prince? What prince who? What? Oh, at school, there's those are the two popular girl and boy combo. They're like childhood friends. We're kind of glossing over quite a lot, right? But like, because the most recent episode is more fresh in my mind, right?
Yeah.
Whole I did quite like this whole kind of like, you should confess to him, you might miss your shot, and she does kind of miss her shot, right? In a sense that he's now already got a girlfriend. She confesses with Lara's pushing. He kind of like softly lets her down, right? And there's this kind of theme of like, okay, it didn't really go the way that you would expect it to go, but it's cathartic, right? It's a conclusion, right? She has closure on the issue now, right? And kind of concludes, oh, I can now move on to my next prince, if that makes sense. And that kind of is the lesson imparted to Liara in this kind of like way, right? Because she's got to move on from the previous prince and try and find the new prince, right?
I kind of slightly unrelated Naretsu, but there are just these stars keep flashing at
these little glimmers, these little
and I don't have the time, or I'm not going to make the time, to be honest, to categorize when and why they happen and what the pattern is, because Naruto, I saw
there's something going on.
Yeah, I saw in an interview about Needy Girl Overdose, the anime, that there were moments where a butterfly appeared on screen, right? That butterfly symbolized a possibility that could have been different. So when Punk Girl grabs the guitar, smashes it, and kicks the abusive rapey boyfriend out, there was a butterfly at the start of that. And that symbolized that she took a decision that she might not have made otherwise, or could have been another path. When there are 50 other decisions and moments that have happened in the show, and there are butterflies when that happens. And so shows can do that. And I'm just kind of wondering why, because it doesn't necessarily feel like a revelation, but it feels somewhat close.
I'm wondering if it's just simply like a representation of, because it seems to be, because it's like she's feeling love, or not, like it's like she gets like the like spark of like, oh, this is a fact, because it seems to happen every time like love related topics kind of happen, right? So I'm wondering if that's what it is, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But the TLDR is they go through that. The end of the last episode, although it was through a cell phone, the sister contacts Liara. I am alive. Yes, you are indeed. You sound like Liara. Then because the sister's like in a car in the car park near the park with the assistant girl or whatever is like giving her the phone, right? But she's like, something's different, right? Something's not, and has a fucking crash out in the car, honking the horn, right? Like she's at like, something's going on here, right? Like, don't know what the problem is, but she's having a bit of a crash out over Liara, quote unquote, being different or something, right? Something's going on, right? So we don't know what that's about, but I guess we'll find out as the series progresses. I will point out a detail that I didn't necessarily notice until it was kind of explicitly pointed out in this episode. Liara has a scar on her tongue from where the witch cut her like voice out. Right? You don't see it. Yeah, you don't see it a lot.
Well,
but like you kind of like
saw it. I just kind of put it towards fish don't have tongues, actually.
No, it's because in this episode, like she specifically like remembers that, and you see like her mouth open, and there's like the line on her tongue. And I always wondered, and you see that in like other shots before, right? And I always thought it was just kind of like a stylistic thing, right? Like it's just supposed to be like a representation of just how they draw the mouth, right? But like no, it's actually because Liara like had her you kind of see it in the screenshot that you've shown, right? when her mouth's open.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah.
a line, and then like 3 lines in the line. That's supposed to be like a representation of the fact that her tongue got cut out, and now her tongue is back. Because the witch is like, if you don't fucking get your shit together, I'm gonna cut your tongue out again. Right, and she's remembering it. So it's very interesting. I thought that was kind of a fun little detail, right, that I hadn't really considered before. So
maybe call me stupid because her ears are still gills, and everybody's ears are drawn normally. Well, she has like fish fin ears.
Yeah, like it could have been a fish-related thing. Yeah, it was kind of. But like, that's what I mean. Like, I thought it was just a stylistic thing, but no, it's actually like a reference to the fact that she had her tongue cut out. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, other than that, no, it's good. It's fun, Yuri, fun times, fun, good, good, it's interesting. It's good stuff. So anyway, all right, final slide, I think.
Yeah,
we got a lot of shows. So what do you got? What are you cutting?
What I'm cutting, I would be cutting a Kaiju Girl, but because I haven't got around to it at all.
Well, I need a break from talking. That's why I'm handing it to you.
Oh damn! Nerdsu, terrible news. I started a new anime.
Oh no!
The opposite.
Oh no!
You
meant to be watching less anime, Ellie, not watching more anime. What is this? What are you doing?
Sorry, I cannot help it. No, I started even though I'm an inept villainess because I wanted to watch it. I saw a trailer, it looked fun, and I started watching it. And just to rush through it, Nerdsu, episode 1, establishing the rules. Episode 2, establishing some characters. Episode 3, establishing the rules of the wider show in going forward. So, like the trailer and synopsis said, villainous girl and pure-hearted good girl gets body swapped because the villainess kind of pushed good girl almost off the railing and to her death. But because they swap bodies in that moment, the villainous body is now put on trial for attempted murder because she did that. Because that's true. We get kind of the first episode ends with our villainous body. It gets confusing when you talk about swap bodies, not swap bodies even, swap personalities. I'll just by body title, right? Red dressed, red just black girl is put on trial. She passes the trial, so she's found innocent. But nobody is really going from, alright, so now you can rejoin the court and stuff. No, she's tossed out to the edge of the royal court of their clan, because magic exists in this world besides just cosmic divine body swapping. There's just actual fire magic and fertile ground magic and water magic and all that stuff. The people can do that. But so we learned that our sickly noble girl, saintly girl, kind of enjoys having a healthy body.
Hey!
She's going from, oh damn, I'm not sick. I can move as much as I want. I can have muscles. I can work on my six-pack. This is the best day. Great.
Hell yeah.
So, one of the servants of our inept villainess is put on the task of harassing her so much she wants to die. But she takes it all in stride. She does realize he is being harassed technically, but because she's exiled inside the palace grounds, in a sense, she doesn't have anything. So when somebody brings scissors to mess with her hair, she goes, "Oh damn, scissors! I wanted those." "Oh, you want to throw manure over me? Manure? That's great for the field." And so on and so on. And though she realizes, oh, she's doing that to harass me because some other noble lady probably asked her to do that, etc., etc. But that manure, though, I want that. So that's all happening in episode 2. What we also realized in episode 2 that our saintly girl that has all the servants that take care of her so much, that it was not just for granted. Our saintly girl worked for that respect. So our villainess that is now inhabiting the body of our saint realizes that our sickly girl, when she had a fever, worked all night doing exercises. So when the servants come in from, "My lady, you've been having a fever for 2 nights. I've brought with you your workout kit." She goes, "Fuck no, I don't want to work out while I'm sick. That's crazy. Wait, did she work out while she was sick? Servants, I fear this is contagious. I don't want to bother you right now." So we have this new slight perspective that our noble girl was not noble just because she was born noble. She was noble as a person. And that's not something you can just get by swapping a body, by swapping your mind in the bodies. But Retsu episode 3 ends when our the servant girl that was harassing quotation marks our inept villainess, it was set up to murder our main character. And though that is foiled and all is well in the end, she goes, "Well, I am supposed to be a villainess. I better take care of somebody who is trying to kill me." So things are going to move. Things are going to happen.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
Fun time. Oh, well, I guess Digimon, I'm kind of behind on. I've been slowly catching up on it, but I don't really have much to say about it. It might just be one that I bring up maybe when it ends. I don't know. Because it's getting close to ending. I think it's like 50 episodes. We've got like 10 left, I think. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. What do we want? Do you want to do Elusive just to knock it out?
Yeah, Elusive. We had our first introduction episode. Episode 2 was funny again because our crazy bug-eyed archer guy with his super sight goes, "All right, I'm going to see through him. Is he Hojo, or is he just some boy that just keeps getting in my way? I'm going to get him here to my house, question him, and I'll know the truth." And through a lot of conversation and a lot of funny moments and a good amount of visualization, we get that he didn't. Our boy kept his secret. Also, our female retainer or girl retainer is super strong and respects our boy very much. And our boy is kind of smitten with her at times. And she just goes, "Damn, I want 10 kids from you, my lord. You can have me whenever you want." So that was so she's a good girl. And then she swings him around because he's super strong, etc., etc. Because he's too strong, etc., etc. Episode 3, we get that We get a war, a fight, battle across three battlegrounds. We learn more characters, more quirks. We get to a lot of different visualizations of games and genres of visual novels, of RTSs. Kind of, we get almost Shogun Total War 2. Total War Shogun 2 things going on. We get Naretsu, this man. He's so cool. All the girls that likes older men, smitten. All the lads, mad respect. He's so cool, this general dude.
He's the coolest cool man on the cool.
But he's also so cool for a different reason, Naretsu. He asks the boy, "Hey boy, ever been with a woman?" Our Hosho boy says, "No, I'm a child," he says. And then our cool guy says, "Neither have I. I've been a virgin my whole life. I am 40 years old. The fear whenever a woman...
True wizard
whenever
behavior.
A woman is near me, I get so nervous I can hardly stand. But all this, but when I see a woman in harm's way, I will protect my queens with all my might. For I am 40 years old and a virgin, and fear my...
True. Yeah, again, true wizard behavior.
Yeah, of course
true.
It's not wizard behavior, because that's what we would call it. He's called a demon lord.
Demon lord behavior. Yeah.
The rage of 40 years a virgin, channeled to protecting the queens.
Hell yeah.
He is so cool.
Based.
So that was funny. We got RTS guy, we got more guys, etc.
Alright.
And
sounds fun.
We are in a pinch right now. Things might go wrong, but we'll see how it happens. What will happen.
Right, so I think we'll start with Demons, because Demons is...
Yeah.
a
lot of things happened in Demons.
A lot of things did happen in Demons.
One thing before we begin, Naretsu, I'm kind of getting annoyed of the cliffhanger ends.
A little bit, yeah. I'm getting a little bit, yeah. It's a little annoying. So I don't even fucking remember what happened on the. I know the last episode, but I don't even fucking remember what happened with the one before that. To be honest, I remember like there's the reveal that the best friend was a demon and that the guy's kidnapped, and our man sits on the cliff with the dog, and the dog like he pets the dog, right? It's like, yep, all right. And then they go to the warehouse where the fat man, the message on the fat man said to go, and oh no, our boy gets kidnapped because oh shit, it was a trap.
Yeah.
Oh, who could have guessed? And of course, it's the Mothman and his demon and the
shady mafia guy.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, you dying is cool. You should die.
But only if you want to. No, you should die
only
right
if
now.
you want to, though. Yeah, because you need to die so you can get your power, so that we can, we'd be so cool." Kind of bleeding into the next episode, but the guy's kind of like, why? You don't need to have loyalty to that village. Fuck that village. That village fucking lied to you constantly. Your whole life. They're just trying to get the power for themselves, right? They're trying to do the fucking shit on their own, right? Big shit, right? Meanwhile, left and right are fighting Mr. Samurai. Mr. Samurai cuts the arm off our I think it's left is the female.
Yeah.
Cuts her arm off. Big fight, big strategy. Very, it's very Full Metal Alchemist, with the whole like very creative, like, shoot the lights out so he can't see, has the advantage, right? Oh, now I'm starting to be able to adjust to the darkness, break through the roof, right? Get into this, on into the moonlight. He's able to like predict like the distances, but then oh wait, she pulls out her severed arm and whacks him on the side of the face.
Which is very creative. Oh, he knows my range. That's annoying. Let's just smack my hands.
Yeah. So so it's a very good fight. It's very good. I again, props to the author because that's like probably an authorial thing, right? It is reminiscent of the Fullmetal Alchemist, definitely, because there was a lot of that in Fullmetal Alchemist because of all the alchemy powers, right? Like it's all sort of like figuring out how to work around this kind of power that someone has, right? Meanwhile, Granddad shows up. the big Kamoni, or how the fuck you say it, clan, Kagamori. The Granddad's like, hey, is this warehouse owned by fucking that bitch ass uncle motherfucker? No, old man. Well, just oh shit. He's got centipedes on his arms.
And boxing gloves.
Yeah.
And 100 different demons at his command.
He has like 20 billion demons, yeah. And he's like just beating the shit out of people. And it's so funny because you see it from the perspective of someone who can't see demons. You just have this old man like shadow boxing all of these demons, and like shit's just exploding. Like fucking the police officer in the booth is just watching this happen. He rings up his boss and is like, hey boss, I'm hallucinating, can I have some time off?
If somebody calls me and say I'm hallucinating, I'm saying,
yeah,
lie down where you are.
Yeah. Nah, get back to work, you fucker.
Didn't he say he worked for a black? Oh, this is a black company, Yeah.
We do live in a society. We do. Our hallucinating brethren, they're not allowed to rest. It's so sad. So essentially, we have the Granddad showing up. Big fight ensues. Very, very cool. I like the Granddad. He's cool. I'm calling him Granddad. The Granddad Kagamori clan leader shows up and just starts wrecking shit. It's very good. Meanwhile, on the Asa side of things, she's still very, very depressed, wanting to see the brother. Still very depressed.
I want to see my brother.
I want to see my brother. I'm drawing the manga, but it's just all of the faces are just my brother. And then the cliffhanger of the last episode is obviously one of the guys has a crowbar, is coming up to Asa. Hey, what are you doing? Why you got that crowbar? What's going on? Hey, what's happening? What are you doing? What's going on here, Ellie? What's going on? What are you doing?
He was the guy with the huge demons.
Yeah, you're being a bit sus right now. You're being a little sus. Being a little bit sussy wussy. A little bit sussy wussy.
Yeah, just to go back to the episode before.
Yeah, because we are jumping around a little. We are jumping around a little bit.
Because it was two funny moments. One of them was that Fullmetal Alchemist was on the TV. And when
I remember that. Yeah, they had Fullmetal Alchemist on the television.
And when Yoru sees through Dera, the TV goes, I hate, what was something like perceptive brats like you, because Yoru was being perceptive.
Yeah, because it's showing the whole like what's his name? The guy who turns his daughter into the dog, right?
Yeah, but I really feel it wasn't about the dog scene, it was about the character saying, I hate perceptive brats like you. And Yoru was being perceptive, so Dera was like, fuck, he's perceptive, and then the character says the same thing.
God damn it. This
other funny moment of the episode was when they were all in another room, in the dark discussing from, oh, how we're going to deal with this. Oh, I'm going to sneak there. Oh, and then I'm going to sit there and keep an eye there. And oh, can you shoot him from the bow from there? Yeah, I can. And it was all like in the dark room discussing their assassination plans. And Hannah was like, fuck, I'm not listening. I'm not hearing this. I'm not going to deal with this.
This has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with me. I'm gone. Goodbye. Later. Yeah, it's very funny. So it's good. It's good. We'll be continuing. It's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun time. So, I guess we got 3 left. What do we want to do first? We can take the pick, I guess.
Talk about your kaiju. Talk about your kaiju girls.
Kaiju show's fucking great.
Ooh.
It's so fucking funny. We get introduced to kind of like the uncle character in a sense, because he's basically the student of like the mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And is like a biologist type person who goes around and does biology stuff, right? And he's kind of like secretly working with the government as like a fucking, like because of the kaiju shit, he's been called in, right? And they're all trying to like hide the secret from one another, even though I think they all kind of know, right?
Yeah.
In a sense. And this leads to based Uncle Man like, hey, want to go to a metal concert with?
That's funny.
Yeah, because he's the one that introduced her to metal music because she's into metal, right?
Mm.
And so they go to the metal concert, and the pretty boy is working at the metal concert selling T-shirts, right? So there's a funny like thing where like pretty boy thinks that the uncle is like a boyfriend, and the uncle is like, yeah, I'm her boyfriend. and she freaks the fuck out and has to explain like, no, he's my like uncle or whatever, so and so friend of my mom. He's like an uncle to me. No. But pretty boy keeps seeing them together and is getting jealous. And is like, oh no. And then they meet up. Like pretty boy meets up with Kaiju Girl during like the rave or whatever, and is like, no, I love you. I really do love. No, I love you. And she's trying to get the words out. Oh no, now she's a kaiju, right?
Oh, oops.
Right. Ah, shit. And then they have a whole thing where she like picks him up, and he kind of like, I think he senses there's something up with the kaiju. Like kaiju may or may not be her. Maybe not. Don't know. TLDR, end of the episode, she turns back into a human, and they go, we're gonna be boyfriend girlfriend.
Hey, that's cute.
Yay! And then meanwhile, Uncle Guy is in the background, like, this could be a problem.
Oh no!
This could be a problem because again, he's like government man,
mm-hmm.
like he might be working with the government kaiju task force or something, right? Next episode, they're walking to school. There's still a little bit of trepidation because she thinks that she's not good enough for him, doesn't want to be seen with him because it will make him look bad. And he's based as shit and is like, nah, fuck what other people think. I don't give a fuck about my likes on Facebook or whatever. I love you, whatever. And she's like, shit. He's so fucking suave. He's got that fucking riz, dude. It's great. We get introduced to this little sister of our guy, who's like, he's forgot his lunch. Can you give him his lunch? And so she goes and gives him the lunch, and they kind of go from there. I'm trying to remember actually what else happens in the most recent episode because it was pretty good. Shit, my mind's fucking blanking on now. I really should like just fucking have the episodes on the computer so I can print them up. Because I watched a lot of my stuff on the laptop these days, so I don't tend to have them downloaded on the computer. But we. Oh yes, now okay, now I got it. We get introduced to a new character because they've changed classes. They're all in different classes now.
All right.
And we get introduced to Garu Girl.
Mm.
Garu Girl is super into makeup. She's big makeup girl, right? And she kind of takes to our little kaiju girl and is like, "Oh, look, you have big potential here. Let me do this. We put a little bit of gloss here. We put a little bit of this here. We use this particular lipstick here, and we do the thing. And look at that. You look cute. Big cute. Big cute lipstick. Cute. Awesome. Have a good day. Bye." Right? And then they meet up at lunch, right? The girl, our kaiju girl, and the boyfriend, and the boyfriend's like, "Huh, you look kind of cuter today. Yeah, it was a lipstick. You're wearing lipstick. That's kind of cute. That's yeah, almost yeah. Hand tuning to kaiju in real time. So after school, Kaiju Girl goes up to Garu Girl and is like, "Hey, what was that lipstick?" And Garu Girl's like, "Oh, I can show you. We'll go to the supermarket or whatever." And so they go shopping, and you get the explanation from the Kaiju Girl of like, "Oh, I have self-confidence issues, blah 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 blah," right? And Garu Girl is like, "Ah." And we're gonna find out in a minute. This is I'm describing all of this because it leads into something. Okay, it's leading up to a reveal. All right, so they're walking down the street and there's a bunch of construction going on because there's been a kaiju that's been fucking up the street. Right? I wonder who that could be. And oh no, a pipe bursts, and our Garu Girl gets drenched. Right?
Yeah.
Turns out, Ellie, she's a gorilla.
The contrast.
Not a real gorilla, but like looks like a gorilla. Very big nose, big, drawn gorilla face. And she goes ape shit because, oh no, where's my makeup bag? Oh shit, I'm gonna fucking. The Kaiju Girl's like, "Here, I've got it," and then she grabs it and she quick, back to being pretty Garu Girl. Right?
All right, yeah.
And so we get the backstory, and it's basically just, oh, she was like Gorilla Girl in like school. Everyone was like she was like self-mockingly doing the joke, but there was this guy that she liked, and then she gets rejected by the guy. She goes ape shit, and then while she's in the hospital after falling off a building, because they do a whole King Kong thing basically, right? Like, they do a whole thing because that's like the reference here, right? She like gets like a makeup kit from like a magazine and learns how to do makeup and realizes, oh, I can like, the self-confidence of making myself look pretty, right?
Right, like I got that.
Is big. Yeah, you're getting where we're going. The friendship established, right?
Yeah.
And her whole thing is she's going to make her own makeup brand because she wants other girls that were in her situation to be able to, have that confidence now through the makeup, right? And so, yeah, it's good. A good friendship established, new character established. She's pretty cool. Kaiju Girl gets home, and the mom is like, "That makeup doesn't suit you," and she's like, "Fuck you, mom." I wear what I want.
Hey.
Right? Hell yeah. And then we get like the setup for the next episode where they're going on like a school trip, right? We're gonna have a 2-day school trip. Big
dangerous.
Stuff going on. So yeah, dangerous. So yeah, I fucking love this show, dude. It's really good. I feel like this outside of Cleavertress, right? Because I'm still enjoying Cleavertress, like as like a brand new show. This is like I'm the same hype about how I was for Cleavertress season 1 about this show. Like it's just so fucking good. Like the animation's pretty good. The humor is hilarious. It even has some fan service here and there, like because she's getting naked all the time because of the kaiju shit, right?
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of you get a little bit of fan service here and there, which is always nice to see, right? In my shows, very very well put together. And it's kind of interesting because the premise is ridiculous, right? Like you have a girl who turns into a kaiju when she like is flustered, right? Like it's fucking crazy premise, but it works. Like the way it's pulled off, it actually fucking works. It's not like too silly to be unbelievable, but it's also like just the right amount of camp because you have like the side characters like the otaku kaiju otaku girl who's just mad in love with the kaiju. And you get like, she always like shows up in the episode when she turns into the kaiju and is like, yes, please step on me, please. I want to make love to you, please. Big kaiju, please. I love you so much. Like, you have like funny stuff like that happening, right? And it's, yeah, it breaks up, like, because it'll be like serious, and then it'll be, you know, you'll have like a situation like that happen that kind of cuts through the seriousness of it. So it's good. I highly recommend it. Gonna keep watching. It's a good time. So let's flip the coin. What are we doing next?
I can talk about Ghost in the Shell.
All right. Fun things happening in our Ghost in the Shells.
Yeah. It is. You can feel it's kind of adapting from a manga in a sense, because it's a kind of a set contained stories every couple of scenes. One episode.
It's sort of it's sort of episodic in a sense.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's not episodic in the sense of like each episode is a singular thing. It's more episodic in the sense of that you're getting like
title screens of the thing that is going to happen.
Yeah. Because in episode 3, it was like the conclusion of like the hacker arc. Where they're trying to catch this guy.
Well,
doing, like,
it is still continuing because the Puppet Master is still out there, but
yeah, Puppet Master is still at large, but there is, we also get to see kind of how a cyborg is made. How are the android bodies made? Big, fun stuff like that. As well as a funny little stick with, I think they're called the Nakumas or whatever, the little robot things that they pilot, and like they're all like connected together in like a little island.
Tsukikomas?
I don't know what. That's the Tsukikomas or whatever, and they're like, we're gonna do a communist revolution.
We'll
take over the humans. Robot uprising. But wait a minute, if we do that, who's going to do all our maintenance? We'll have to do it ourselves. No, we can't do that.
The problem is that we want somebody to have to do our maintenance that's already taken care of, so we don't have to do the situation is the same.
Yeah, we don't have any reason to robot uprise stuff. No. So yeah, and then they do have like a really interesting conversation about like the meaning of life and stuff in that as well. That kind of happens after that. But it's cool. And then our most recent episode was oh no, these androids are going fucking berserk. Oh no, what's going on here? These robots going berserk. What's going on? And it's all a grand big human trafficking conspiracy thing plan.
Because the company couldn't do AI well enough, they just used real children to put minds in the machine, and then put constraints on the robot mind, the robotized mind. But when the minds really didn't like doing the thing, they just went into a murderous rampage. But that doesn't really although of course the first scene where when one fat guy is protected by another robot lady with all the opening up of the eye or the face
combat
plate.
Mode engage. Yeah.
And
combat mode engage.
And the whole arm of guns, not the whole arm, a ring of more guns appear around the arm with fingers where gun barrels come out of. Nice scene.
Very cool, yeah. Visually, again, like the show is fan-fucking-tastic, right? The visuals in this are just top notch. It's very, very, very cool.
Maybe it's because it's made in that period, in that time. we have different AI ethics concern, robotic concerns right now than back
because
then.
I don't recall when the original Ghost in the Shell was written. It was like, fuck, I don't know. I'm not 100.
98/80s.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, the idea, yeah, it's very interesting how things have kind of changed.
But still, it's plenty of fun concepts in there. But one of them is before by 4 builds. It's getting very late in Red Seal. I'm slipping in my native tongue.
Yeah. We're almost done. Hang in there for just a little bit longer.
Yeah,
We're almost done.
Where I don't know what's the role of the robots that went berserk? What's their analog?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not 100.
I am... Because they're not rogue AIs, they're kind of described as AIs that didn't want to do a thing, so they just malfunctioned themselves into being able to attack humans, but that's being the last thing directive they gave themselves, kind of. Oh, I don't want to do this, so I'm just going to malfunctioning myself. So I'll just attack humans from now till forever, until I get destroyed. But I'm not really feeling the social cultural analog to this conflict of class or blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. I did like the whole terrible, horrible child trafficking to put them into a mind-destroying machine that will semi-copy their, mind into a robot so that the robots will be acting more human-like. That's some good corporate problem solving.
Yeah.
Then we cannot make AIs.
It also got kind of like, took a bit of a dark turn when you have the guy, because obviously the corporation's questioning the guy that fucked up, right? And it's like the reason that he put like the SOSs in the fucking robots or whatever is because he's basically like got a deal with like one of the kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to finish the sentence on YouTube, right? But like, let's just say the kids were offering a service in exchange for getting the message out there, right? Let's just say there's a little it gets a little bit dark in that perspective, but it's good. I mean, look, it's good. It's good to see in the sense that it's willing to like go there, right?
Well, it was like not 20, 50 years ago when that's...
Yeah, they had like the balls to go there. So good episodes, very fun, good watch, especially like from my perspective as like a Ghost in the Shell like novice, not really been into the franchise at all, getting a first experience through this, right? Very, very interesting.
Well, technically,
all right, now
my first Ghost in the Shell was Ghost in the Crimson Shell. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's massive Yuri series.
Oh, lovely.
It's also
speaking of possible Yuri series,
it's also a prequel to Ghost in the Shell, but
So, Livid Lady's Guide to Getting Even. We got some stuff to talk about with this one because holy fucking shit. First off, Priest Girl, hilarious, very funny.
She's so funny. By the power of this blunt object,
by the power of this blunt object, I shall send you to Christ. Wait, I thought that you weren't supposed to harm people. And it's like, it is true that the Lord says such and such shall not cause harm or so and so. The good news for me is that bandits are not people. So because Ali, as we know, bandits are not human.
No,
right? Bandits are not human. You can kill bandits without moral consequence. This show's morality is so fucking funny. I just love love this shit. It's so good. Like, oh, but I was a poor farmer, and nope, you're a bandit. Die. It's over for you. So that was like basically the gist of that first episode. Is we get introduced to the priest girl, and it's the a little bit of capitalist, fucking fix your roads, motherfucker. If your roads are good, it's a good sign, right? Because your prosperity and whatnot. If the roads are shit, it shows that they don't give a fuck, and then that's leading to fucking bad shit because the commerce isn't as good because of the roads being shit, right? Pay your taxes, build your roads, motherfucker, right? Is basically the gist of that. Next episode, though, this is where it's going to be interesting, because as we know, right, we love slavery on this cast, don't we?
Always.
We love so one thing leads to another. We've got big capitalism. She's slubbing it up with the the high class. My lipstick's so good,
Want some people to demand the
levels.
shop, etc.
Yeah, big stuff. Yeah. I need a slave. Let's just go to the slave market. And I'm just sitting here when this happens, right? I'm like, oh my fucking god! Imagine the fucking uproar from the people that like hate the slavery and the isekais, right? Because it's not just like, oh, she goes to the slave mart and just buys like a random slave, right? She goes to the first slave market, and it's like your traditional, like they're in cages and they're not well looked up in the dark room, and he's like, oh yes, this one is like coughing, so I'll give you a discount, and like don't worry about it, And then she goes to Ellie, what I'm only going to describe as the ethical slave trader. The ethical slave trader, where instead of horrible conditions, it's, oh, I give my slaves education, and we do training, and we teach them how to do things based on their skill sets, and they get treated so nice. My slaves, Ellie, they get treated so nicely. Like, look at this. They might cost a little bit more, but I think it's worth it. And our girl is like, yeah, based.
That is worth it.
That is worth it. And so she buys a cute little cat girl, slave girl, to be her like new secretary or whatever. And it's like, the morality of the situation is fucking hilarious, right? Because I'm seeing this from like the perspective of the people that just, because we've talked about it before on the cast a lot, right? We've had that video, like I think I might have made a clip out of it, I might not have, of like, there are these people that the moment that slavery shows up, if the show doesn't immediately transition into, we need to stop the slavery right the fuck now, big revolution, fuck the consequences, kill all the slave owners, right? They have like an aneurysm. They go fucking insane and they lose their fucking minds about it. And meanwhile, you have this show that's like, not only is it doing the cardinal sin of having the slavery and the main character partaking in the slavery, but it also is like, slavery's not all bad, right?
It is closer to the kind of the Roman or Islamic slavery, where they're not, just dumb laborers which you can kill at any moment for profit. Although,
yeah, you need to have ethics in your slavery, right? You need to have ethical slavery.
But anyway, I'm too tired to talk about the minutia.
You're too tired to talk about it. But I'm just like, man, I can only imagine if like the usual suspects on the Twitters or whatever got their eyes on this show.
Yeah, but I've not been on Twitter for so long. I don't even.
There hasn't been any talk about it, sadly. But I can just imagine, like, and especially because it's a female protagonist too. right? Like it's not a man doing it. It's a it would cause so many blue screens, right? In their fucking BIOS because they're like it can't be like the male power fantasy of buying the cute slave
but anyway,
character
Naretsu,
because it's a fucking
we get
woman.
introduced to a female character back in the kingdom that is trying to fix all the dumb princess
bullshit.
Yeah,
it's dumb bullshit. Yeah, is doing the dum dums. Yeah. Yeah, she seems pretty cool. She seems alright.
Somewhat capable, and maybe actual being an antagonist to our villainess.
So yeah.
Also, Naretsu, I kind of forgot. Let me press buttons. Not buttons. This one.
Oh.
I've caught up on The Witch from Mongolia.
Oh, yeah. I remember that
Naretsu, one. I've learned that this story is actually pretty historically accurate.
Oh, really?
Fatima is real.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah?
There really was a woman called Fatima that was captured or became advisor consort to the Empress and whatnot. So Fatima and her experiences, maybe not her experience, but what happened to her and where she came from and where she is right now, all accurate. All the named characters, real people that did these things. And I'm not up to date on my Mongolia history all that much. Up to date on history. I'm not that knowledgeable about Mongolian history all that much. But
me neither. It's bullshit, but I believe it. Is what you're telling me.
Apparently, it's accurate, and I believe it even.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't.
There is. What did I want to say? There is this slightly interesting moment in like episode 4, where Fatima, as she's now known, wants the book back because that book was stolen from her house, and her, she got captured as a slave. She was already a slave, but she got captured and stayed a slave. This time for the Mongolians. She wants to kind of just get the book back as her last thing she wants to do. She wants to have done. But she has to teach the contents of the book to the Empress of the Mongols. And she hates it. Everybody here is her enemy. But then Naretsu, this Empress of the Mongolian Empire says, yes, I wanted this book. Alright, so then, so you wanted the book just to have it. No. We are Mongolians. We are the ones that shall rule the world. We want to gather all the knowledge of the world so we can be the best rulers. We shall spread law and order across the land. And our realm shall inhabit all peoples and cultures and beliefs. For we are the new rulers of the world. So the Mongolians saw themselves as the beginning of a new empire, of a grand and boundless empire, and they were not, they were not the Mongolian horde because they came by and burned everything to the ground. They came by and took everything so they could become a better empire. And that is, of course, not very handy to other powers in the world that wanted not
particularly, no. Not great.
But that attitude made the Mongols them such a powerful force. Because they wanted all the knowledge and power, all the knowledge, so they could become great and powerful people. Because they did, at the end, build the whole Taj Mahal and all that stuff. But in the last episode, we get into politics, where the youngest...
Big politics.
Yeah, because Genghis Khan dies, and he has like three sons, and the next emperor, the next Khan will be chosen by basically the nobles. The youngest son is now interim ruler of the realm, controls the military, controls all domestic things, internal affairs, and other stuff. But then Naretsu, he's not becoming the Khan.
Oh.
And he's super chill with it. He goes
okay.
A snake with 5 heads will die because it cannot burrow for safety, but 5 snakes can burrow for safety. So he goes from, I am here, my job is to have the military, I'm chill, I'm cool, brother, be a Khan. I'm here for you.
Yeah, have fun. Have fun.
The brother that won the election is the wise one, the one who would lead, the one who would, with his wisdom, will guide. And there's a middle brother who is more focused on law. So he's the one that wants to spread the law across the lands and make sure that he recognizes that the women, the slaves, and the weak are the first one to suffer. So we need laws to prevent that they will suffer. But the lady she's no longer empress, because she was kind of empress because she was like the interim empress of the Mongolian Empire. That son was not elected to be Khan, so she's no longer empress. But Fatima was sent to go to that brother over there to make sure that he is not fostering any jealousy between the brothers, so the brothers are at peace. No assassination attempts.
No silly business.
No silly business. But things happen. La 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 la. Fatima ends up with a woman that is actively trying to kill her husband, because her husband, now the Khan, stole her from another clan and made her his wife. And she hates it. She hates it for decades. She has children with him, and she hates it.
Oh no.
She is actively... She goes from, oh her, I sent her to kill you. And he goes, oh, alright, I get it.
This is fine.
This is fine. Oh, one of these plots again. I get it. Alright, people, nothing to see. All is well.
It's all good. It's all fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You know, typical Tuesday. Typical Tuesday.
So Fatima has, of course, as you would have if you're living with the people for a few years now, you cannot hold burning vengeance forever, because eventually the fire will go out. But now, Naretsu, we meet a woman who is burning hot with vengeance for decades. And now Fatima has an ally in getting vengeance. And it seems that she's... Oh, so if the brothers are fighting, the Mongol Empire will collapse?
Oh.
Light
bulb goes off.
So, I don't know how exactly historical this will be. I'm feeling that most of the character dynamics might be, dramatized, imagined, but where the characters end up and who dies and who lives and who becomes leaders at what point, etc., is all accurate, right? But because we are following all these women and what they are doing, no hell that over history recorded all of that, so we can just make up things up. As long as all the men will end up in the correct positions, whatever, doesn't matter what story is being told, what the women were doing at the time. I feel that is kind of well, I'm saying it basically in two different ways. This is a story what the women did, while the men got all those positions we know from history.
Those men were off doing men things.
Yeah.
The women just doing woman things.
Yeah.
During the woman.
We know what all the men were doing and what wars they fought at this point, at this time, and at this place. So, but what were the women doing? And this story is about what the women are doing. Maybe fictional, maybe accurate at some point, because Fatima is real apparently. So, we can track her.
It's like it's like your Orb show where it's like it's fictional, dramatized.
Yeah, although Orb is more fictional than this show is.
I don't know. But anyway.
Well, none of the characters in Orb were real, but in this show, most of the characters are real.
All right, well, I guess that kind of does it for the week.
Yeah,
had a fun time. Covered a good video. Had a lot of anime to talk about. And yeah, I guess we'll see how things go next week.
Yeah, should be just a regular episode next week. No sudden island trips.
No sudden unexpected. Oh shit, can't rip. Yeah, it should be good. But anyway,
all right.
We'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Bye.